Hello. It's been so fucking long since we've done this. Yeah, of course, love. Get it out of your system. We need to get really dark in a moment.
It'll be fine.
It's been very long, like since our first episode. It's been almost more than a month. Some stuff has been going on, like we have two new faces. And we have one less face. Rest in peace, 404.
404 not found. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you play the T-Rex game on Google Chrome.
Yeah.
App
So, yeah.
substitute.
This is going to be our second public episode. We've been playing some one-shots, story-wise, working on the lore, creating some new characters, some new areas. I've been working on some maps, some stuff has been going on. We've updated the overlay for the stream. And yep, I'm going to assume that the 60 or less people that are going to see this episode won't see the first one, so I'm going to do a brief recap before introducing our lovely players. Also, now we have 3 people from the UK, so yeah. Okay.
UK dominance, woo!
No, we don't want to go down this route.
Hey, I was part of a colony, he was part of a colony.
I live in Germany.
They were taking
well,
over for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm from Poland. I live in Germany.
Yeah,
we don't want to go down that route.
let's not go down. Let's not go down the rabbit hole. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a not so brave recap because I think this is actually our like 8th game. So
7th.
the party was first divided into groups. The first one awoke in a strange rune that was completely destroyed with sudden shifts in gravity, stones floating and falling. They were from another time. They didn't have any memories. As they made their way out of this death trap, they found a group of two dwarves and a canine beast walker who took them to Throsport, one of the encampments, or more like the only encampment, in the floating land of Grelia, one of the drifter lands that's being carried over to the Holy Longstad Empire. Remember that this world happens 62 years after the fracturing, which was an event, a cataclysmic event that destroyed the world, sending what little land remains flying into the air thousands of meters above from a sea of purple clouds called miasma. Meanwhile, at the same time, on the mainland of the Holy Longstad Empire, a lonely beast walker, turtle-looking guy, was walking towards a frontier town, one of the towns that was created to serve as a connection with a new land that's going to be assured to the empire. This turtle encountered a group of refugees that were carried over by a flying vessel that had just arrived into Iris Crossing. After a night of drinking alcoholic beverage that they hadn't tasted yet, there was a fight and they kind of broke a few ribs with our dwarf and this turtle and the strange-looking human that happened to be there. After healing these people and pleading for justice, the mayor of Iris Crossing sent them to Grelia to do just some small work of carrying some boxes to repay their social debt. This is where the party found each other, and they took on a job of going to cut some tall grass into the forest, which turned out to be filled with poisonous, acidic rat-eating vines that try to dissolve them. After making swift work of the core of these vines, they return to Throsford, only to find that the mayor was being controlled by a demon that had corrupted him. After uh, brutally murdering the shit out of the mayor, uh, they figured that the demon was split into different twins. After destroying one of the halves, they followed the other one into the deep forest, where they found a swarm of really lovely pure white bunnies that tried to eat their eyes out. Saving a couple of guildsmen from the Sleepy Cow in the Outpost 1, they continued their way onto the deep forest, where they found the demon taking refuge in a corrupted husk of a tree that had been corrupted the land, not before first falling from a tower and hanging by a rope.
We forgot about that.
After a gruesome fight on this tree, the party was stabbed and raised by roots using their blood as power. They managed to destroy the corruption of the tree, and in the process they blew up all of the surrounding area. This left them quite damaged and almost destroyed, as they started to recover the remainders of a car that was nearby. They managed to find this tree thanks to the help of a small chinchilla familiar that they found on the dying body of of a gnome next to the tower from where the turtle fell. As the party was dealing with this corrupted tree, uh, we go back to another place in the same land, a couple of kilometers away, the same room from where these two beastwalkers came out. Deep underground on the side of the mountain, we see a group of researchers and scientists from the city of blah 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 blah, from the city of Naursandia, the capital of the Beastwalkers, that came to explore the recently uncovered ruins of the Glorium Arcanum, the people believed to have created the Beastwalkers on the war 100 years ago. This party is being led by a tall researcher that kind of seems more like a bodyguard. And there's some strange sights next to them. The researchers are a lovely trash panda raccoon that's working on a console. There's this weird insectoid praying mantis that resembles some sort of humanoid woman. And there's a large bear researcher and a half orc, a half red, making guard next to them. Outside the ruins, there's our lovely dwarf of the Sleepy Cow Guilds, Kaine, waiting for them as she yells, "Ya done ready? Come out! I'm getting tired of waiting for ya." And we will start our story in the middle of this room. As Eric, you just took out the trash panda from the exploding console. Would you like to describe your character?
So, dusting himself off from the recent explosion, sort of rising, standing quite tall, maybe over 6'5", in full chainmail armor. You see a beast walker of lion descent. You see the hair, the mane, not luscious, but tied for practicalities. You do see a scar that has been healed over and on his face, where the fur is slightly lighter than the rest of his face fur, so it's sort of like almost here, and there's like a lighter line going through. You do notice that he has got something is rather. There are a couple of symbols on his armor as well as his glaive that he has. Each of the symbols that you see, they look, anyone of Arcane studies will notice it's very rudimentary. And you see obviously his eyes and is quite, shall we say, regular of the lion descent, with the cat's eyes, as it were.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
Eric, this raccoon goes like, oh, well, that was bound to happen, as the console had exploded after straining it for more than it could have survived. Eric, remember that in this room, you've been exploring it for almost more than an hour, and you found some very interesting information. Do you remember what you found here?
Yes. So we found, well, first of all, because of my archaeological background, we know the origins of the Arcanum outposts, which was an attempt to refine the control and increase the efficiency of fighting of controlled beast walkers. We know that this particular outpost, well, the Arcanum itself, was on the side of Atros, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We also found that there were two large tube, almost, sort of like stasis pods with liquids that were recently used. Both of them were marked with K040 and K13. When asking the researchers to go into the information archives, we found records that seem to be a report of both said subject numbers. K13 being the first of the series, stated its origin was a female from Umbris, Lightborn. The report went through various various states, various days, as it were. So, recording how it got injured in different fights, eventually getting better at the fighting, and then was qualified to be qualified to be the brood, which was a new terminology that we didn't know what it was. The report went on to say that it was put into stasis and that the researchers were to get samples of it and attempt to replicate the same results.
Yes. Anything else?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's
Okay.
two more things. So there was K4. There was a second report on a separate report on K404, sharing 45% similarities of the first subject. Reports infused with some sort of insectoids genes. Fusions were failed, stabilized with the canine genes, then sent to our division. another new term that we found. And then we sort of had the last go of the research information from the tablet. Our division, Dr. Subani, am I saying that right?
That's the trash panda.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, oh, that's the trash panda. So, so they had said our division was responsible for advancing the research into swapping the powers of deities with each other, and attempting to see if anything could be gained from, say, swapping the bodies of gods or fates or souls of two people from different fates into each other's body.
Yeah, the Dr. Subani didn't find that much information. It was more like a daily report. Okay, so after she had finished telling what she could find on the brood, that's when the console overcharged and exploded, with Eric, you pulling her away.
Yep.
All of you fall to the ground, and that's when you heard Kaine screaming if you were still alive. Eric, next to you, there's Gaba. Would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, so I am Gaba Tutulu, also known by everyone else as Gaba, because no one wants to say my name. I am a almost 7-foot tall female half orc. I have very quite impactful blue dreadlocks. I am blue all over, blue skinned. I have 2 different eye colors. So the first one is green and the other is blue. I also have some weird markings. So I wear mainly chainmail, quite armor. I'm quite well built. Halfway up my arm though, and going up into my chest, there's some weird markings. Almost look like tribal markings, like tribal tattoos, but they're not tattoos, they're markings.
Have you guys seen those tribal tattoos that they make by scarring the skin and making like the scar being part of the tattoo? It's something like that, right?
Yeah, very similar, very similar. So yeah, she's not from this this world at all. She's a part of the Raging Fox Guild, so she's been asked to go. She's mainly the bodyguard for the guilds, where the guild members when they go off searching for new sites. Yeah, that's mainly it so far. That is my character.
Yep. So Gaba, you also just managed to dodge the explosion of this place. I leave it up to you two guys. What do you want to do? The researchers are looking at you since you are kind of the bodyguard and you are kind of a very buff researcher, so they look up to you for confirmation.
I would look at, probably Gabba would look at Eric and be like, "Is everything are you okay? Though I didn't expect that to blow up. I expected everything to be a bit stable."
These are old machines. There's never any telling of what state they're in when we find them. We're lucky we get any information at all after all these centuries.
Yes, that was quite unusual to find it working, especially as Eric's saying, we can't know if it works or not, especially with the stench of the dead bodies. It's hard to know. Most of these things must be rotten to the core.
I've smelled worse things, but if you say this is bad, then I must believe you. I've never seen anything like this before. On all my travels, I've seen different runes and different things, but to see this kind of technology, it amazes me. But anyway, should we get out here? Because even though I smelled worse, the smell's still getting a bit to me.
You see the praying mantis, almost as tall as Gaba to tell you, standing next to you, almost lurking behind your face, and she goes like, "Ah, yes, like this is fascinating and all, but I'd really much like to get out of here. This stench is starting to get into me, and I don't have nostrils."
Just a quick question for the DM.
Yeah.
Where exactly are we in terms of relation to the actual map itself?
Oh, yeah,
Because I
sure.
don't think that was.
Sure. Let me show you. Let me show you the world.
Shining, shimmering, splendid.
Okay, so you are. If I'm actually going to duplicate this token. Okay. Nope. Okay. So you guys are kind of there.
Okay. And Outpost 1 is where we've sort of landed or
No.
went to.
You guys landed further down,
North or further
Here.
down?
further
Okay.
to the south. You landed
Okay.
in Trosford. Exactly.
Trosford,
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trosford is
Yeah. The jetty.
yeah. Trosford is the place that you guys took over.
Okay.
Thank you,
and then,
David.
And then in terms of the actual the Arcanum outpost, as it were, I nearly said dungeon then. Are we sort of like relatively in the middle of that, or are we like in a certain section
You are kind of at the end of
where the
the
big pile of rocks is, or
yeah, kind of there. But
okay,
this is like the last chamber of this place. You having read about runes and other findings of the Glorium Arcanum, you know that that they tend to build the most important research all the way to the ending
the end.
of the facility. So
Okay.
you went walking like for 5 minutes through a hallway to get here.
Cool. And there's nothing else of interest that we've seen already, because I know there was the pits.
Yeah, there were pits, the pits that were filled with almost putrid bodies of different beast walkers and humanoids elves that were kind of in the middle of being turned into beast walkers. You've seen a lot of blood everywhere. All of those flying rocks and stuff from some caving in that has been flying around due to the changes in gravity of this place. Well, next to the pits there was some kind of armory with a shield, some swords, and some clothes, like more like bandages to cover something. That's it. I don't think you guys grabbed any of the equipment. You just were looking around. I think you paid most of your attention to the
research.
tubes.
Did we not burn the bodies, or were we just talking about burning the bodies?
I think we talked about it, but didn't actually do it yet.
Yeah, not yet.
So that was one thing. I think I would sort of start giving out instructions and say to the researcher who's the bear, because I think he can hold quite a lot. I'll ask him. What was his name? Oh, I'm terrible at this. I don't think I got his name.
Did he have a name?
I don't think so. I
You-
don't think
you-
we had a name.
I think you guys never asked him.
No, we didn't. We just assumed researcher A, researcher B.
No, yeah. But he's called. Let me read it actually.
That's all right.
He's called Ursal.
Usal. Okay, cool. I'll say Usal. Gather what you can from the armory just in case there is something we can use from there.
Well, yes, of course, that was my plan. Don't give me orders.
Was a suggestion.
Of course, yes, sure. It was my idea.
And then sort of roll my eyes as he turns away. And I'll say to Gabba, do we have oil? Anything's flammable? We should.
I've got nothing on me myself. I've got stuff to create a campfire, but I don't think that'll do enough to burn the bodies. I can go always ask the little annoying dwarf if she has anything.
Please.
Will do. I'll make my way out to go ask.
I'll start like ushering some of the other researchers to either go with Gabba or go with Ursa to assist.
Don't you call my girl annoying.
You see
I didn't
that?
call her annoying.
Eric, what's your passive perception, by the way?
Gabba did.
I believe it is a 15.
Yeah. As you are kind of telling everybody what to do, you hear Ursa with Lucille going. Ursa says like, "Oh, people think that bears are dumb and slow, but we are some of the most intelligent ones. I'm quite snappy for my race. Like, it's not easy to move this fast with this big body, you know." And he starts going over and over.
I let it slide for now. It is what it is for now, and try to restrain my more alpha tendencies.
Sure. Gaba, as you get out of the room, you see Kaine just sitting next to the cart and the Kokiko, this chicken giant bird that likes to push heavy things around. She's drinking from some sort of boiling beverage, and she goes like, "Ah, yeah, lad, good. I heard an explosion. Is your friend with the soft, beautiful fur still good?"
Yes, the little lion man's still good. Don't worry, you won't be having his fur quite yet. But you maybe get to cuddle him out tonight. Eric does like a good old cuddle. You can ask him when he comes out.
Ah, well, yeah.
I do a little bit of a smirk.
Yeah. It's better when the fur is still in the person, it's still hot. I like to cuddle with hot fur. I wouldn't like to get fur from a dead body, but let's not get there. We are just grey rock eyes, we are just exploring some rooms.
Yes, you're just grave exploring, I see. I do a little smile, a little quirky smile. Do you have any oil, Eric? Big strong, fluffy Eric. Just need some oil. I just wonder if you have any on you.
Some oil? Yeah, sure. I have some. You can pay me back in the camp. Don't worry about it. Here, have it.
That's fine. Researcher Rolling Stone can pay you. He's leading this expedition.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know who that is, but
we'll meet him soon enough. So, and I'll be that. But anyway, so if I could hook you up with Eric, do you think you two could be a suitable match?
well, I don't think hooking up with him would be like in my best interest. I am a very busy woman. Like, I have to keep exploring some graves to explore archaeologically. Like, we have to find some trinkets, but I would be maybe interested in spending a night with him. I assure you, he'll meet no one better than me in his life.
That's good to know. Good to know.
I'm really good at combing hair, and patting and scratching behind the ears. Like, you can go ask my old dog here back in the camp.
My top tip: when you do cuddle up into the night, give him a scratch just behind the leg. He gets it's his good spot. His leg keeps jerking. You'll love it. Trust me.
That's a good one. I will write it down so that I don't forget.
As soon as he says, I'll give her a nod and I'll turn back into take the oil into Eric.
Yeah, she gives you, I don't know, 2 flasks of oil.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
As I walk in, then I'll give the thing to Eric and I'll be like, Eric, I just think I found you a lover.
I I sort of give the sort of eyebrow like, you did what?
Perfect.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm a matchmaker, but I asked her for some oil. I said, "There's a big furry man down there who needs a bit of loving." She was like, "Listen, I'm good at stroking. I'm good at patting," and she said she needs someone, to go on with her some events, something about adventuring and looking for runes. And I said, "You're the man for the job." And what can I say?
I would ask that you refrain from such activities.
I didn't say anything untoward. I just mainly said that, you like some cuddles, and she likes some cuddles, and I thought, hey, two cuddles make a good cuddler. Anyway, here's your oil.
For that, go and you can start arranging the bodies in a suitable pile for us to burn by yourself.
I'll give him and in a sarcastic tone, I'll be like, is that a suggestion or an order?
Which would you prefer? As I start to grab my glaive out.
Ooh.
I'll give him a cheeky thing. I go saucy, and I'll walk towards the body.
Sort of
Sure.
grumble like,
So,
every
Mumble.
yeah, exactly right.
so what's the idea here? Is that the researchers, Eric, Lucille, everybody gets out as Gaba finishes pouring the oil and starts burning the bodies? Okay.
Yeah.
So I would probably the way I would probably do it is try and either put the oil on. I wouldn't probably touch the bodies. I'd probably just spread the oil in an even fashion. Maybe just having a quick look to see if there's anything of interest that I can see.
Give me
I'd probably not try to just.
give me a how much are you looking? Are you just taking a look around, or are you moving bodies? And is this an investigation or a perception?
I would probably say be reception, because I would be moving them a little bit, not much. So like, say for example, if there's a big pile of bodies, I'd probably move some out to get a spread of oil. So I guess it'd be a perception check.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Wish me luck. 19.
19. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, as you move the bodies around, most of the equipment here next to the bodies, next to the place that could catch fire, like all of this is mostly stone and some sort of metal alloy. You are not familiar with this, but you don't get the feeling that this is wood or paper or something that would catch fire. So the researchers kind of only took the things that were close to the place where you are going to set fire. So there's not much there. But as you move the bodies around and stuff like that, you find in one of the bodies like some sort of wraps that are kind of covered in some sort of runes.
Okay, and I'd probably take those rooms, put them in my pocket, and I'd be like, and I'd probably say to myself, "Oh, I bet Eric's gonna love me for this. Got some more things. See, those researchers can't even proper find some stuff. That's why you need me." And there's
Sure,
all the little bubble heads as I'm pouring oil on these bodies.
sure. Add into your inventory the wrapped runes with question marks.
Okay.
Okay. You just pour the oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oil, and then I would probably then I'd walk out the door and I'd just ask the researchers and probably Eric saying, "Is everyone okay now? Are we ready to leave?" And then I'll light the bodies as we go. Don't want that stench falling, on my clothes.
I nod, looking at the researchers, if they're ready to go as well. As I'll probably follow Gaba over to as he lights the body and probably say a prayer just to help these poor souls pass on.
Sure.
As Eric does, I'd probably put a hand on his back and give him a little tap, as if say like, "Well done," and I feel sorry for you type thing.
Okay, sure. Who's going to light the fire then?
It'll probably be Gabba.
Okay. So, the oil is set. How do you do it?
I probably would had a trail because coming to like where the door would have been somewhat. So I'd got like lit a torch, put it down, and gently rest it on the oil, watching it slowly catch fire as it goes in.
Sure. Gaba, as you light the fire, the trail of the oil, and it starts going faster and faster and faster. As you see the flame coursing through the hallway, something in your mind goes like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" Kind of like a spidey sense, some tingling in your head, and you go like, "Fuck! Fuck! 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 Fuck!" and you get the worst feeling ever. What do you do?
I'd grab Eric's collar and go, "We need to go now." And at the same, so without him reacting, I'd probably grab his amp, yank him.
I trust Gabba, and we both start moving.
Give me an initiative check, each one of you.
18.
Natural 20.
Okay, nice. So you both guys start running full speed. As you keep running, Gaba, this sense of something like some sort of needle in the back of your head starts being each time bigger and bigger. As you just manage to run out of the room and back into the open, you hear a as fire erupts from the hallway, making an explosion, covering everything. You both are safe.
I look back and did we miss something?
Karina goes like, "What did you do?"
I'll be like, when I was looking, there was nothing. I pull out the rooms and I go, "This is the only thing I've noticed. There must have been something in the air. Maybe we missed a gas vent, or
Did you set something in fire down in that?
We cremated. We wanted to cremate
Ah, boy.
bodies of.
You're beautiful but stupid like a plank. Don't you know anything about rune robbing? Exploring?
I explore, never burnt."
Been a while.
Ah, boy. You're a researcher, right? You know what methane is.
I rubbed my forehead, so I was like, damn it.
So, to explain it in plain words to something that's not as smart and beautiful as your little face, when a bunch of bodies rot, their putrid smell, it's terrible, that shit stinks. But if you so even as light a flame, as you light a match in there, it goes kaboom.
Yeah, the realization begins to take over in Eric's head. I was like, damn it. Didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, whatever was down there, now it's lost. Good.
Well, we've recovered what we can anyway from there. Looking at Ursa and his team.
Yeah, well, we could have sold this place to the government. Maybe make it an attraction park or something, I don't know.
I look at her sternly. It is a her, right?
Yeah.
I say very darkly, this outpost has dark history.
Well, we would have cleaned it first.
I would have rather see it burn to the ground than have my people's bodies on attractions.
We would have cleaned it first. But don't worry.
I put my hand on Eric's chest and be like, "Come on, big fella. No need to worry about this now. Come on."
I don't. You've got the your decision. If this is what you want to do, just do it. Whatever. It's not like I'm losing money here, so let's get back to town. It seems like it's going to rain soon.
Sounds like a plan. And as I'll probably turn to Eric and go, "You'll need these more than I do," and I'll give him the wrapped runes in his hand. So
I nod and say, we'll catalog these with the rest of the armory items and see what these are.
And then I'll go up into his ear and I'll whisper and I'll be like, "She said you were pretty." Now the little eyes, I'll lift my eyes up and go, "You know what I mean?"
Deadpan stare with the eyebrow raised again. It's like, I do not need a secondary body tonight. And sort of lean back in the cart.
And I'll just say, "Secondary." Mm. And I'll probably sit in the cart next to him.
Meow.
Yeah. Okay. So as Kaine begins to drive the carriage leading you back into the encampment, it's going to take a while because you guys are walking. The carriage is full of what you recovered, and at the same time that this is happening, we go back to that corrupted tree husk that's been kind of blown apart by a strong lightning that hit it. And well, we are actually missing a David because most probably his computer restarted as per is customary. So as the dust settles from the explosion of this giant tree, I'm actually going to put up the map now that I think about it. Okay, that is it. The deep forest.
What the fluff is that?
That's what happens when you let your players draw stuff. Okay. And it doesn't really want to go.
How would you make something disappear? Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay.
It's gone.
Okay. So as you guys finish clearing out so the last thing that happened was that Kawoha was being stabbed and lifted into the air by one of the roots from the tree, as all of the bloody eyes that were beneath it looked straight to Quotl as he cast I think it was a shatter spell that came running to it, making all of the husk of this tree kind of go kaboom. So as the dust settles, you guys had started searching around, looking for something, of course, after making sure that none of you were dying. Welcome back, David! So as the dust settles, you guys made sure that none of you were dying. You stabilized Kawoha, who was on the brink of death, and
Kawoha stabilized me.
Yep, and you guys had started searching around to see what was there to be found within the remains of this battle. The shadow demon had been vanquished, into the ether, and you guys had begun exploring. You found a cart that was a couple of meters back, and you took a couple of things from it. So we'll start with Kauliki. What would you like to describe your character once again, and also tell us what you found looking through the ramage of destroyed trinkets and items from Quattle's spell?
All the things? Okay.
No, your things.
My thing. Okay. So Kauliki is a cat-like beast walker? Question mark. She has white wings, like snowy owls, maybe wings, like angel wings, snowy owls, like big fluffy white wings. Grayish fur, yellow eyes, but she's still very much like looking like a human, not like Eric, who looks like a two-legged lion, like standing up lion. She looks more. She has more of the human-esque features. She is covered in light gray fur.
Scars.
You see a fuck ton of scars everywhere on her. Like going by the eyes, on the face, there's no regard of she is really scarred. Like, I probably no place on her body does not have a scar, at least one.
Yeah, and there's like a really big one here on your
like
chest.
Here, like on the what's it called? I don't know. This bone's here.
Clavicle.
Yeah.
Clavicles.
That
Collarbone,
one.
clavicles.
She's tiny and light, like underweight. Like she's tiny, like barely 5 feet or 5. I don't know. Centimeters. Imperial system. I don't get the imperial system. She's like 5'155.
We use metric system in all of this game except for the battle maps because we don't want to rewrite all of the spells.
Yeah, like meter 55, 155. I think it's like 5'08". I have no idea. Like she's tiny, and right now she looks half dead, and she's just crying because she saw Kaoha go down, and she's hurting very much.
Yeah, you've been literally pierced in half by a root that lifted you up, so your wounds have been closed magically, but the clothes of the Sleepy Cow Guild that you wear have been destroyed in half.
Yeah, just destroyed. She doesn't give a crap about those clothes.
Yeah.
But she is scurrying to Kaohai, like not cuddling, but keeping herself close to him and him close to her.
Yeah.
And she had found in the shattered card ground up herbs that may or may not can be smoked. May or may not can. That's not English. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Kawoha is this more canine looking, almost like Eric, but in more of a wolf-like looking beast walker. He's definitely more on the beastly side. This is the beast walker that woke up next to you in those rooms, and he's kind of trying to comfort you, like it's okay, don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And he's standing next to you, searching through, making sure that everybody's okay. From time to time, going to somebody else, going to Bishar and seeing how he's holding up, kind of making sure that all of the all of the all of everybody here is as best as they can be, specifically on the psychological side. Um, as Kauliki and Kawoha explore this, Kawoha found next to Kauliki this steam box, and she go that has a flame that doesn't turns off for a flame. Sure, whatever. Even though it's
Go out.
yeah, it doesn't go out. Thank you. Even though it's pouring a heavy, strong rain, he just goes like, "Huh? This is okay." As you two are searching and rummaging through remainders, Quattle, would you like to describe your characters and tell us what you are doing?
So, Quaddle is a turtle variation beast walker. Fairly tall, fairly broad. Got a bit of weight to him, which I forgot to mention in that tower scene. He burgundy robes and a gnarled wooden staff. He's basically observing the tree and what he's done to it, and rooting around in the rubble, he picks up a little river stone which has quartz and gold embedded in it, and he's examining it.
Yeah, this river stone is uh, is really smooth as if it has been polished by years and years of water coursing through it. And as you said, it's covered in some really tiny small veins of quartz and gold that seem to form some sort of pattern, but not easily seen. Do you see any type of weapon, cloth, anything in particular for Quattle?
Burgundy robes, as I said before, and a gnarled wooden staff in his right hand, and then a few daggers assorted, and then the Mahusive shell on his back.
Yeah, really strange because you would think that the shell of Quattle wouldn't be conductive for electricity, but after having cast that spell, we see tiny, small static electricity coursing through your body, even in your shell.
Sweet.
So, Kotal, are you doing anything in specific?
Probably going around making sure everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Like checking up on Bashar and going over to Ephraim, seeing how they're doing.
I think I don't remember exactly, but I think that Bishar had been knocked unconscious, and nobody had spell slots slash healing left.
No.
No? Oh, that was the previous battle.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's up. He should
Well-
be up.
Yeah, well, so I don't know exactly what happened.
You fired gun multiple times.
Oh, well, on that note,
Yes.
let's
I
go
can
to you,
imagine.
Bryn. Please describe your character also, just so that show makes sense. In this world, gunpowder is non-existent. It's like a highly covered secret or slash new invention slash something only from this guy. And in repeated occasions, you guys have heard the thundering noise of a muffled something being fired. So, Ephraim, would you like to describe your character, please?
Yes. Okay. So he's a dwarf of sort of average stature. He's about 140 centimeters tall. Most of his features are sort of dwarven. He's got sort of orangey kind of brownish hair, but just around sort of his nose and his ears are more sort of furry. And it's got more of sort of a general sort of feline kind of mammalian look, not really in any specific kind of animal. He's sort of mostly got sideburns because the top of his head is partially bald. But he doesn't appear to be too old, at least not for dwarves. He wears a sort of and there's like an undercoat that's sort of this teal kind of dark teal blue, and then an overcoat that's a navy blue, and around his waist he's got what looks like it should be a tool belt, and there's some bits that have a bunch of tools, but the rest of it is like lots of little containers of various different substances and sort of ingredients of like arcane origin and various bits of things, and sort of and he's got a big backpack with a bunch of stuff. It's like a wooden frame that he's wearing on his back when he travels around, which has probably been put down somewhere at the moment, just to carry everything, including the 25 mystery potions,
of which
should
one
use.
is gold.
I think he'll sort of be just concerned.
Well,
He'll sort of just be concernedly looking around like,
sorry, one
and
thing,
just kind of,
one thing. Sorry to cut you off.
checking everyone's seeing.
One thing before you
Yes?
keep going. Where is this crate of 25 mystery potions that you guys have been carrying around as a crate of beer?
I assume Ephraim
said,
would
like,
have put it behind
in a
him
wooden
while he was
frame that's
engaging the
like a
enemy.
backpack.
Well,
That's what I was going to say,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So then this
They were
crate,
nowhere near the shatter spell.
I'm going to say that the crate of beer survived with a 92% of on a D100. So yeah, your crate of mystery potions, which you paid very high price
Okay.
for it, is still alive.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was super cheap. Oh well. He'll just sort of be concernedly like going around and checking on everyone like, are you all right? Is there something? I think he has some. We bought some healing ointment, so he'll just be like, do you think I should use this now, or will you be all right? It's a while till we
I am
get
on
back.
one. Kaoliki will ask for the potion if you have one.
Do you have a potion of healing or one of the mystery potions?
It's
Oh, the healing ointment. Yeah, sure. That takes.
It's
Yeah, sure.
yeah, we
Let me
bought some
explain
healing
that. I think especially for these two new guys
it takes a
and
few-
for our whoever new viewers.
Yeah.
In this game, we are using the non-heroic healing, aka none of you are Wolverine. So you don't heal on a short rest. You can't roll hit dice on a short rest, and on a long rest, you heal using your hit dice because you are normal mortal beings and not gods who, from one day to the other, regrow limbs. And that means that this special healing ointment that Ephraim bought is one of the only ways for you to heal some hit points during a short rest. Keep going.
Okay. Yes. And I'll sort of just sort of try and apply it very sort of carefully. I mean, I can't really avoid any of the scars, but it's kind of like as close to a massage as I can manage, given the circumstances.
Okay. Who are you applying it on?
Just one
and
question.
how much?
What?
Okay.
Kaoliki. Kaoliki. I'll start with one use on some of,
Okay.
I guess, more of the superficial
Ephraim.
wounds.
As you apply this ointment on Kaoliki, you start to see how her wounds slowly but way more fast than they would normally do start to heal up, as if this ointment was creating some sort of layer in which the blood coagulates really fast, allowing to create a small barrier for the wound to heal really quickly. Give me a medicine check. Yep.
Okay.
So that's a 9. Okay. Yeah. You just
Oh.
see how you see that. Only that.
9?
No, that's
Oh, no, not. Okay.
that. Now, roll Kauliki.
That's the check.
Yeah. Now, Kauliki, you roll the health that the ointment is going to give you back. I think, Bryn, it was a D4, right? You should have it on your sheet.
It doesn't. I didn't get that. I was just told about how it would work.
Okay, fuck you.
I haven't written it down.
Okay, don't worry. I should have it in my drive in one of the 15 different documents that I've written for this.
When we get it.
Campaigns, international, DM. I think this would be on the Cute Rabbits episode. And you bought it from
I can tell you
check
when.
10.
It was the 4th game, the 10th.
Mister, you can do it. Necklace of the Start, one, two, six.
Yeah, we bought it. And,
Okay, yep, it heals D4 plus 1.
Okay.
And it takes a long rest to use, by the way. So I'm going to say that you guys are taking a short rest.
D4 plus 1, who's rolling it?
You. The person that it's being applied to.
1, 2, 3. I'm on 4 HP.
Nice. Okay, Ephraim, anything else? You guys are free to do.
And just yeah, just how much hit points should I be on, and how many spell slots should I have? I guess, what did I use?
David.
Hang on.
I think I might have sent it to you. No, I didn't. Okay. I think that you used 2 or 3 spells, because I remember you using the stones. And you using, I think, Healing Word. And I think that you shot maybe like 2 or 3 shots, I think.
Okay, so yeah, the stones are cantrips, so it just is the cure wounds then.
Yeah, I think it was multiple cure wounds. I did.
Yeah, and I think that after the battle you used another cure wounds or cure a cure wounds to stabilize Kawoha, I think it was.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. So also, guys, remember, this is the first time that you saw Ephraim pulling out that thing out of the cloak.
Bang.
So, guys, as you 3 are doing whatever it is that you guys are doing, Bishar is doing something similar, just looking around, taking care of the corpses that are next to the tree, kind of closing their eyes and giving them some sort of burial with some small magic. There's this chinchilla standing on his elbow, looking really sad, but kind of at the same time
at peace.
At peace, yeah. Uh,
How the thing managed to survive that, I don't really get, but
oh, it was awesome. It was riding atop the root, jumping from root to root, almost in an anime style fight, doing half point of damage per turn. Okay,
the chinchilla was the real MVP.
guys, what would you like to do?
I just seen that Kawaha has 2 spell slots remaining, which he will use on himself with a Cure Wounds. Because why not? Cure Wounds 1d8 plus whatever he has for. Blah blee bloop versus what is his wisdom? Oh, I forgot his wisdom was shit.
Yeah, worst cleric ever.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yep. He is no longer dying, and yeah, he would. Kaoriki would not let him go out of her sight. Like, she would be on him.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
nope.
Sure. So, anything else that you guys are doing, would like to do, would like to talk? Any?
Should we probably go back? I think we are done here. This thing nearly killed us, and we should go.
Yes, I
Yes,
do
I
agree.
don't want to be enough excitement for one day.
Maybe to the tower at least
Uh,
to rest. The tower seemed safe, although I did not get
Yes.
any good vibes from it. The tower seemed safe.
Bishar comes and in his
Yes,
voice,
at
not
least it's
in
defensible.
his voice, not in mine, he goes like, "Ah, yes. Well, the at least the bodies and the husk now can rest in peace, as the corruption seems to be fading from them."
That is a good sign. Hopefully, corruption will slowly fade from the land as well.
Can I do some sorcery points thingy in the background?
Yeah, sure. How do you do that exchange? Is there something in particular, or is it just something like catching your breath?
Never mind, I already did that. I think she would be like, whew, okay. Whew. Oh god, we survived. We are alive. Now let us.
Yeah.
Like, she would calm herself down, talking to herself, like fumbling with the bracelet on her arm, like bringing her bracelet close to her really ginormous scar on her clavicle, like, okay, we are alive. We are alive. Like, this all happens like nearly instantaneously because action economy, but yeah.
Yes, the tower does seem like a good place to rest, and also we must return this little friend to their master.
We stand up and go.
Okay, sure.
It's right
Yeah.
now.
Doom.
Okay, sure.
I think I got like something broken or
Oh, did you have an injury? I think that 3 of you had rolled into the injury, but none of you had failed.
Kawaha and I failed. Kawaha got a scar. Boo whoosh. Wonderful. That's very tragic for him. But I think Kauliki got like
Broken leg or something.
not a broken but injured. You said that
Yeah.
lesser
Yeah.
restoration will take care of it.
I think
Yeah.
it was something that would go over a long rest or something like that.
You said lesser restoration, so a spell,
Maybe
1-level spell from Kawaha next morning will fix it.
Oh yeah, sure. If I said lesser restoration, it's that then.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys make your way out of the corrupted husk back into the deep forest, and where are you guys going?
We head into that spooky tower.
Yeah, sure. So you guys take the rest of the day to go back to the tower, because remember, each one of these squares is 2 kilometers. And I'm going to kill Rick. Okay, so you guys arrive at the tower, no issue. There's nothing much going by. So once again, this tower is the remainder of a structure that doesn't seem like it could keep standing after so long. It has many different holes destroyed into the structure, but somehow it's still standing perfectly. There was a blockade on the second floor, which you guys kind of managed to get out of it. And just by simply climbing the door, the rubble on the front door, you can get inside of it, no issue. And yeah, what's the plan? Just taking a night to rest here?
What time is it? Like.
Well, you had departed from the tower around midday after having lunch. Also, remember to remove the rations each time that you guys eat, 2 rations per day.
Do we even have rations?
Yeah, you had bought them from Kaine before leaving. I don't know who.
Good to know.
I don't know who wrote them, but I know that somebody of you had wrote the amount of rations.
Ooh.
I think it was either Bryn or Rick.
Let's hope Rick.
Let me see.
So yeah.
Let me see if I can make something up.
Okay, let me read just something. Of course, yeah, sure. So what's the plan, guys? Taking a long rest here or just passing by? It's around 8 in the night, something like that. The sun has already set. What little light managed to seep through the thick forest is gone. So you are just walking with some of the lights that you guys create, I think. What?
It's a pity.
Probably, I reckon it's a long rest, or or are we gonna drop off the chinchilla first?
I think that's something that Rick kind of wanted to do, but since he's not here,
maybe first rest then chinchilla because Rick's
First
not
rest,
here.
then chinchilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, he should be
Yes.
here maybe in like
Yes.
10-15 minutes according to what he said. And
Yeah.
okay,
Let's hope.
so you guys get into the tower. It's really dark. There's also, as you walk here, I need two things. I need a D100 from one of you,
I'ma do it.
and I
Here
need
it goes.
a Constitution saving throw from each one of you because it's still raining and it's really tiring walking in the middle of a thick forest. Yeah, really cold, thick forest flying in the air. A really thick, cold, wet forest flying in the air.
The 100 roll is 89.
89. Okay. Let me open up my thing. 89. Okay. Yeah, of course, it had to be this. As you guys
Sorry.
are walking towards the tower, I need, before the Constitution saving throw, I'm going to need a stealth check from each one of you.
Yay.
I'm going to roll for Rick.
I'm
I
bad
have
at that.
advantage from stealth.
I'm going to roll Rick.
I do not have advantage. I have disadvantage.
So first of all, con save for Kawaha. Wonderful. 9
No, Shash. Let's go first with the stealth check.
stealth. Does my dear armor class 17? Yeah. Stealth. Kawaha has disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because of his armor. The same as Ephraim.
Oh! 14.
Okay, 14. Sure.
And
But oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
Something. None of you have disadvantage because of the rain. Your noise is masked by the heavy rain falling.
Woo.
So I have advantage. Anyway.
Ah.
14 for Kawaha
14. Okay.
and 20 for Kaliki.
24 Kauliki. Okay. Sure. Bryn, David,
Stealth 19.
19. Okay, sure.
10.
10. Okay. No, you guys did actually pretty good. As you are walking through the forest, you see four packs of these wild, white, blooded bunnies running through. You see them attacking some of the deer of the area, and one of them manages to run into you. So I need to roll some dice now because okay, I need each one of you four to give me a D100, please. A lot of dice. Ooh.
54.
40.
Give me a second, I'm seeing if I'll kill Bishar.
Ooh.
Okay. I really hope that Rick has more than 10 HP. And HP from biting bunny away from the corrupted. Okay, so Kauliki?
54.
54, that's, you take 1d4 damage of,
Ow!
you take 3 points of bunnies jumping to you as you destroy,
I'm
as you
back
kill
at
them.
1 HP. Fucking hell.
Yeah, you take 3 points of bunnies biting out your skin. Quarter,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
what was your roll?
40.
40. Okay, you did worse. That's a d8.
Ah!
You also take 6 points of bunnies biting out your skin.
I'm also on 1 HP.
How does it feel like taking damage in this game?
It's only in the last session.
Bryn, what was your roll?
9.
Oh shit, that's also a d12.
Oh, fine.
Well, gladly he was the one that took the left beating. Ephraim, what's your HP at?
Ooh.
Did we lose Bryn?
Interesting.
No. Okay.
Should I roll that?
I don't think that
Well, I mean, I wasn't there for the combat.
I don't think Ephraim was hit during the battle.
So I just set it to half.
Let's say that it's a okay, sure, whatever you want. You take 14.
I wasn't hit at all.
I don't think you were hit at all because David
No.
said that
Yeah, I
you,
kept him at the back.
Yeah.
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 which is good because you take 16 points of damage
Oh, shit.
Okay.
because that's a 12 on the d12 plus 4 of
16?
yeah, 16 points of.
Should I roll for Kawaha?
Oh yes, please.
Ow.
You take 16 points of bunnies biting your face off as you
50.
50. Okay, 50. That's a d4,
50.
d4 plus 1. Oh, Kawaha only takes 2 points because he has a big shield. So this is how it happens. As you guys are returning from the corrupted husk to the tower amidst this heavy rain, you see a bunch of swarms of these bunnies running through. You manage to avoid most of them, but at the last minute, Bishar steps on a branch and it makes a sound, making a couple of these bunnies to come towards you. You manage to take them out, but before that, Ephraim stood in front of all of you, trying to protect you as 3 bunnies jump into his neck. As Kawaha tries to protect all of you with his shield, none of the bunnies manage to pierce through his giant iron shield. And Bishar is taken to the ground as 4 different bunnies start to bite him from the back, but you manage to dispose of them and run all the way towards the tower. Now I'm going to need that Constitution saving throw, and this is actually turning to be quite a day for you guys. You've been stabbed, beaten, boiled.
Kawaha's con save was 9.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, very nice. And Kauliki is, come on, baby, 22.
Okay.
Oh, this was charisma. That was charisma. Never mind. That is 16.
Okay.
23.
Okay, nice. Ephraim?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, no,
Have we
no,
lost
no.
Oh no. Have we lost the video?
Well, Brain is still connected.
18.
18, okay. None of you take a point of exhaustion.
Kawaha?
No? Oh, well, yeah, Kawaha does. Because it was a 9.
18.
Yeah, sure.
How
Whoa.
do
You're good.
How would one mark points of exhaustion on roll 20?
I have no idea.
There isn't a specific area for it, so you'll have to physically track it.
Wonderful. I write it at temporary hit points. No.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so now you guys managed to get to the tower, and even though it's really slippery because it's been raining, the rocks are covered in moss. You have done this twice for some of you, so you managed to get back into the tower. And yeah, are you going to mount up watches or something like that?
I can take a watch. There is that. I am able to see more in the night than most of you. So I can take a watch, but I cannot. I need to sleep badly.
Kawoha goes, I also need to get some shut-eye. This rain has tired me very much, but I'd be willing to take the first one with Kaulik. If something happens, at least we have my shield.
Yes, that sounds reasonable. I can take the second one if anybody's willing to assist.
Yes, I mean, I'll have some stuff to do, so I can help out with the latter one. Yeah.
And that seems like I'm going to get some sleep tonight, says Bisha.
Ooh.
While we were talking, I was casting prestidigitation to make us all dry and smell nice.
What does your prestidigitation looks like? Like a bunch of small kitties licking at you, or I broke her.
No, there's like a shadow like would pass through you, but it just dispels every bad smelling thing and water like like a shadow from going out from her to like into a person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the shadow seeps into the skin.
Not into the skin, like passing through, like a ghost in Harry Potter passing through a person, taking the bad smell and wetness away with it.
Oh, sure, like a ghost rape.
It's like a...
Yeah. Like a black mist going through you, like everything will be alright, just let it happen. And they all smell like fresh. What would Kauliki know?
Well,
fresh forest. She was walking through the forest. She felt it smelled nice. We all smell like fresh forest.
Sure. Okay, so everybody's going to take a sleep except for Kauliki and Kawoha. Kauliki, Kawoha sits next to you. Do you guys light up something, or do you get some light, or just rely on your eyes?
I would rely on my eyes. If Kawaha wants to make light, he can.
Yeah, you see the face of his shield, this sort of dragon-like ugly face seems to its eyes light up. He's casting the light cantrip. So it's been quite the day, right?
It's been quite the time since Kaine found us.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Gotta be honest with you, this is still better than having to fight every day to rip throats out in order to survive. I know that you still don't have your memories. Mine are scrambled all over the place. But I get the feeling that I'm doing better now.
There's so much I don't know about the world. All I remember is I've seen look on Kaine's face when I described what I felt, what I thought it was warm. She was terrified. She was horrified. And that's something I just knew. This, and I just gesture around us.
Yes. Yes.
It's better. I feel, although I am half dead and struggling, I feel like I'm safer.
Yes. At least I know that I won't get a needle stuck into my eye or an arm removed. Whatever it is that I am now. It's better than the previous years. Though I get the feeling of something distant. It's more like a dream of a warm life, but not warm like the blood, like true warm, of something similar to what you feel when you see Kaine. I don't know, but I'd like to get to know it better.
Me too. There is. You seem to have memories of past that I just cannot regain. When I see the past, I just feel hurt and the darkness and the ripping apart and the fights, and I never felt anything nice. Was there something nice before?
I don't know, but don't worry about it, kiddo. I know that there must have been something before what they did to us. I I dream or I remember, I'm not sure, of this house with a large table and a small, annoying but lovely child running, coming to try to tackle me, and that feels good, I think, as if it's calling me back.
I'm horrified to ask, but what kind of good?
The good that doesn't involve killing or fighting to survive, I think.
You see, I don't know that feeling.
But you know the feeling of a warm plate of food that we had in the tent the other day when Ephraim almost smoked us.
Yes, it was funny.
Yeah,
It was
that's good.
comfortable.
That's good. I
That's
think
good.
that the word is friends, or at least companions. Don't worry.
Friends.
I know that you'll get there.
Friends. It's such a funny word, is it? Friends.
Well,
I've heard one more. I've heard family. What is that?
family. Well, I think I think there are two interpretations to the word. Family as in the people that raised you and gave birth to you, referring more to the blood that connects each
People they
other.
made you.
Yes, like your parents or your brothers, stuff like that. But I think, or at least I like to think that this is my own idea of family. It's the people that you choose to be with, the people that make you feel as if you belong, as if no matter what happens, it will be fine. It will be that feeling of warmth that I mentioned earlier.
Like
I
and
know,
she's visibly struggling. Like she wants to say something, but she's visibly struggling. Like
I know, I don't even understand it myself. It's like all of these ideas and words just keep coming into my mind. I need to think it over, but what I try to say is that don't worry. Despite what they did to us, we'll get there. This is not the end.
so, you said a family can be chosen.
Yes, I think so.
What time of night is it going to our shift to an end, or did we just begun, or
It's just begun. This conversation goes
Okay.
over for a couple of hours.
okay? So
As Kawoha kind of tries to between your ideas and his ideas to come up with some sort of sense of those things that come to his mind.
like at the end of our shift, I would like to say like, then sleep, rest well, brother.
Yes. Yes, sure. You too. Sleep well, kiddo.
And I just like,
Yeah, sure. As nothing happens, like nothing goes into this tower, you hear some animals on the outside. You hear the footsteps of these swarms of rabbits going by, but nothing much. You wake up Kotul.
yeah.
David, you are doing your watch alone because nobody loves you. So, is there anything that you'd like to do?
Quaddle is gonna mess around with that little river rock he got.
Sure. What do you do specifically?
He's gonna like attempt to put energy into it, like spell and lightning and bits and pieces, or attempt to like pull energy out of it and like do bits and pieces with it.
Sure. As you begin to attempt to grasp a better control of your energy, you start to think on the units that you know, the measurements, how a meter becomes a centimeter, then a millimeter, and you start to figure the same thing about electricity, trying to course more power, less power. It fails sometimes, like you course too much power and this stone gets overcharged, but you manage to control your power. As you start to go into this higher control of your magic, coursing power, you start to see that this stone, specifically the gold in this stone, like the gold veins that go between the quartz, seem to react to your powers, uh, changing tint, becoming other, some sort of changing colors, and as it becomes charged, you start to see how the stone almost levitates in your hand with the static electricity that you course through it, and it starts rotating really, really fast. Do you do anything?
He's gonna suddenly stop, and it's getting going a bit too fast, so he's gonna suddenly stop.
Sure. You stop and the stone falls into your palm. At the time that you stop coursing energy through it, the storm, another lightning falls. The storm has been going constantly. This time, as the lightning, that you see the light of the thunder as it touches the earth, and time slows for a second, or more like your perception of time increases tenfold, hundredfold. You start to see the droplets of water falling slowly, and you hear a voice. This is the soft, calming voice that you had heard during the storm as you entered the deep forest. It says, "Go ahead, believe in yourself. Don't worry too much, you can do it. You know what to do." As the time goes back to the same speed that you know, you feel that as that thunder fell, some of the air is charged with electricity, with static. You feel it course through your shell, through your muscles, through your mind, and you feel invigorated, stronger. Your mind can make the same calculations that took you 1 minute. You can do it in a matter of seconds. You feel your capabilities being increased with each thunder that falls. Do you do anything?
He's gonna lift up or hold the stone in his palm again and charge it quickly with the electricity again.
As it begins to spin and float in your hand, do you do anything?
And pointing or like going towards like the hole in the tower, he's gonna hold his one arm up to the sky and with the other arm point it out into the forest and see what happens.
So you are holding the arm with the stone floating in your hand, and you point with your other arm.
Yep.
As energy starts coursing, almost as if you are forming a circuit, the electricity that's being charged into the stone starts to form tiny small lasers like a coil, energy like a coil in your palm, and courses through your hand as it comes flying through the other end of your hand, similar to when you redirect lightnings with your staff, but this time using your hand. And you cast Chromatic Orb.
Hello.
Yes. Locked to lightning and thunder for everybody that would be interested in for thematic reasons. Yes.
Sure. So, yep.
Yeah. And with that, he's gonna sit back down and take a few notes about what he's experienced and keep watch.
Sure. Okay, sure. So your watch also ends with no issues. You hear the same thing of some bunnies going and slaughtering the wildlife of this place, but nothing much happens. Sure, and you wake up Ephraim. Bryn, do you do anything during
Yes.
your watch?
Yes, I'm awake. Yes, I've got all my stuff to do. So I will do 2 elemental elixirs. So I'll do 1 extra, which will expand the spell slot. I will roll for those. Just a second. This will be a d6. So 4, and for the second one is a 2. So that is a elixir of swiftness and an elixir of boldness. So increase someone's walking speed by 10 feet for 1 hour, and will some people add a d4 to every attack roll and saving they make for a minute. Okay, I'll just write those down. 2. And then I will also make the food, the magic meal for. Let me just find that.
Which food are you preparing? Your magical infusion?
Yes, yes. Experimental magically enhanced dish. So I think this will be more, since I have the time, because I'll be doing the watch, it'll be more of a slow cooked thing. So it'll be sort of more like, there'll be some like roasted meats that was sort of initially sort of like as part of like the rations. I'll use some like meat and like roast those, and then I'll find some sort of berries or fruits and cook those. So it'll be kind of like a
Wake up,
like a
Misha.
cooked
I have
breakfast
just
kind of
one
thing.
question.
So it'll
Are
be
you
like,
cooking this next to
Yes.
everybody that's sleeping?
No, I think I would have learnt from my lesson last time. I'll be going sort of, I don't know, one
Sure.
wall over. So that will be that'll be 4 of them.
Okay.
Add some medicinal herbs. It says I have 7 red flower herbs, so could I try and add those to the thing?
Sure.
Sure. It says the DC depends on the herb.
Which
I
herb are
don't
you
know.
using?
It's a medicine check to
Depends.
try and
The red flower.
red
Okay.
flower.
That's DC plus 1.
I've got-
So then the DC would be 11.
11. Okay. Just have to roll a 10 or above.
Aw.
Oh well.
Uh,
Okay, so that'll be 4 of them.
Sure. I'm not going to disclose how your ability works because it's a secret for the time being.
No.
So
Yeah,
I leave
yeah.
everybody to their imaginations.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Okay,
spend
so
all of
that'll
your
be
watch
that.
cooking.
I think that's everything I'll be doing. Yes. Yes, I'm
Sure.
cooking for the morning.
I'm actually for you. I'm going to say roll me the perception check.
Hmm?
All of you that took the long rest can
Okay.
roll your hit dice to recover your health.
Done it. Oi, I have my sorcery points back.
Noise. I presume it would be, since I don't have dark vision, it'd be more on noise. So would I get advantage of sharp senses for perception?
Is it on noise plus smell?
It says or.
Okay, then
It
I'm
says or.
I'm going to say yeah, sure. You can have the advantage.
Okay.
You're not even watching. You're just listening if something seeps through these stones.
Yeah. No, I got 2 8s.
Sure.
We
Okay.
gonna die.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Let me just get my D100. Nice, 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Let me read something. Okay. Sure. Ephraim, as you are cooking, you start to hear one bunny coming up the stones in search of the smell of the food.
Kill it.
Hmm.
It smells the food.
I'll like close the lid first on, like, if it's like, I don't know, it's like probably like a small. I'll try and cover it, and then I'll just cast magic stones and pick up some stones and just ready in action. If I see like a bunny, I'll throw a stone at it, and I will wake.
Give me the edit 20.
I think I'll wake Warhol.
Do you want to kill the bunny with a stone to its face, or do you want to terrify it and make it run away?
I'll probably start by just trying to terrify it.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage because you are throwing a rocket stone to its next to it.
Sure. Okay. 19.
You literally leave a crater in these stones as the rabbit turns tail and starts running away.
Good morning, I would say.
Wow.
Everybody kind of wakes up from the giant noise of a meteorite impacting the stone.
Yes.
If you ever seen an angry cat or a scared cat, ears back, fur on edge, like, what happened?
It was just a stone. There was a bunny, and it's gone. But I've been doing some stuff. Yeah, nothing to worry about. It's been dealt with. I think I threw the stone quite well, but anyways, I've cooked something for you, so I can give this to everyone. I've managed to spare the ingredients enough that I think almost all of us should be able to have at least one serving.
Ephraim is quite scared of the rabbit, so he didn't want to take any chances. Oh, by the way, since you guys woke up
16
before the end
damage.
of the long rest, you are going to have to take at least 1 or 2 hours as a short rest for the long rest to be completed and you to gain your hit points. Okay, so
Can we eat during this
sure,
short rest?
yeah,
Okay.
sure. You during a short rest you can eat, you can talk,
Yeah.
you can take watches, you can read, you can walk around. You just can't do anything that would require heavy concentration or heavy activity.
I think I will cuddle with my teddy.
You can do it.
You are so good at cuddling. You are doing so good. Would you like to keep getting some rest? Because if not, I'll keep telling on you how awesome and perfect you are. You did wonderful against those pesky little bad vines.
Thank you. You're so nice to cuddle.
Yes,
I want to listen to you for at least a little bit longer.
of course.
Give me.
Did somebody
Give me
tell you
that.
that you are awesome at hugging? Oh, your skin is so soft and your fur is so perfect. Your fur is a disaster. It's a mess. You.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Where the fluff
Well.
is the teddy?
While Rick gets
Oh,
here,
yeah.
which would be any second now. Oh,
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
well, why didn't you say anything? And finally, the 6 became 1.
Do I get the bardic inspiration from him?
Yeah, sure, you get once per day. Because
Wonderful.
it's so
How
annoying.
do I shush him again?
I think that the mechanism was for you to tap its nose 2 times. Okay. Hello, Rick.
Pressing mouth shut with both hands. I will do that.
Yeah, that.
After a time.
So, let me open some stuff up and change this music to the next one. Bishar.
Also, just so everybody knows, everyone who partook in breakfast can get a D4 for hit points.
I did partake in
D4.
Which should be everyone.
Could you reshare the Spotify link?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Bishar, you witnessed everybody taking the stuff from the tree. You took those 2 boots. You have the 2 boots. You looked at some of the corpses, shut their eyes, said some prayers, and cleansed them of their corruption. As you witnessed most of the dark reddish spirits leaving the husk of the tree and becoming the greenish and bluish ones. You went from the tree to the tower. You got attacked by a bunch of bunnies, and you and Ephraim took the biggest hits from them. I sent you on Discord that you took 10 hit points, but you also had a long rest just now. The chinchilla is still with you. It's almost fading. There's this almost translucent kind of diminishing looking chinchilla that's almost completely translucent, and as Ephraim destroys the ground with a meteorite to the stone, the chinchilla wakes you up, Bishar, and through its mind link says to you, "It's time to go, boss."
Could help. Are you at peace now? Is everything alright?
Ah, yes. Took care of that bitch that destroyed the master. Now, if you are okay with that, I'd like to destroy the covenant of the pact that we made and go lay to his side.
I'm alright. Go in peace. I'm glad I could help you. For now.
Of course. Farewell, boy. And try not to die. You're not so bad yourself.
I will try.
You see this chinchilla walks to the door, looks back at you, and for a second you get the feeling that it's lighting an imaginary cigarette as it starts running away from you and disappears into the horizon, going to rest its final moments next to the body of its deceased master. Bishar, anything that you'd like to do before anything that you all would like to do since you are all awake and eating breakfast. You haven't tried the boots yet. You don't know what they are, by the way.
Oh, alright. Fair enough.
What do the glasses say?
Oh yes.
The monocle of bullshit. It says it's a boots, I believe.
These are boots, and that's iron. These are iron boots.
The monocle of bullshit is such a wonderful idea.
I don't know what they are, but they look cool, I guess. So I guess we'll find out.
Ephraim. I've got those. I don't do herbs. I have no idea what to do with them. You are better with that. Here. And I give Ephraim the herbs because
Yes.
Sure.
I can
Ephraim,
them.
add to your inventory the.
Can I do like a nature check and see?
I'm crossing them out.
Yes.
Yeah, you are an artificer. You have tools, so yeah, sure. Give me a nature check. Now, I just want you to know that if you roll a 1, the herbs will be destroyed.
Okay.
No pressure.
Hey, it's only just a 5% chance of losing a carefully handcrafted item.
Well,
Over the side.
That was more than a 5% chance.
okay.
Guaranteed.
So
R.I.P. Snack.
what is it?
Luckily,
13, yeah, sure.
13.
You start, you take a cup, just one leaf of the herbs, you start destroying it with your mortar, you smell them, you read about a herb very similar to this, or at least maybe the same. It's hard to tell because none of the lands are connected nowadays. But in the old days, before the fracturing, this was called the fierce vein. It's a mixture of different herbs that, when grinded, can be consumed by rolling them in a joint and smoking them, and it calms the body, nulling all senses to a small point where you are apathetic to even your greatest fears. It is often used for a medicine for people with insomnia or lunatics that are afraid of everything. But it can also be abused to create some strong poisons, which would make everybody afraid of anything. In mechanical terms, if rolled and smoked, you get immunity to fear for an hour, and if made into a poison, you can pull it into something that on a weapon or something, that when it enters the body, it will cause fear for a minute.
That's nice.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So that is it like
Fierce Bane.
what's the name again? Okay. And how many?
You got enough herbs to make four rations of it. So either 4 times the fear immunity or 4 times the fear inducting effect.
Right.
also Ephraim, by
Okay.
taking the time to do this and investigate. You take a little bit of these herbs, and the effect starts to kick into you, but some of that dwarvish blood in you manages to resist the effect to the small degree that you know that if you had taken 1 more gram of it, you would have been dragged, but you resist it, and yep, that's your level up.
Okay.
So, guys, what's the plan?
Did we level up? Sorry, I missed that.
No, you didn't.
Oh, alright.
Nope.
Sorry.
Quaddle and Ephraim did.
No, Quattle didn't.
Didn't? Okay.
Okay.
He just got the spell. Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, what's the plan?
I think we are promised a reward if we go back. I have it written down somewhere because I did that, but I have no idea where. We were promised a reward, so maybe we should go and collect it?
Do we need any proof?
Hmm.
Can we get any proof from a demon that we killed it?
I mean, I am sure that Kilth would... Nope, not Kilth. Kilth is dead. Ched. I think Ched would be glad that we brought his brother back to him.
Yes.
In any shape or form. But I don't know how we could do that.
Well, we could carry him, I think. Perhaps we can make some sort of makeshift carrier from tree branches and stuff like that.
Oh yes, I can. It might be better if we have a look around in here, because there's more likely to be furniture and stuff in the tower than outside. That'll be easier to use, but yes, I can do that.
Right.
Do we have any need for this map? And I will show the map that we got from the top of the tower, where with a healing lake north of us.
We could visit the lake. Perhaps the waters have some unusual properties that we could study and take with us.
Yes,
Does
and
it
I
say?
think
Does it has any details or just healing lake?
I've written.
Okay, so
Uh,
I had to kind of
a familiar
cut the
experience.
recording there and started the game because the internet died on me and I ran the stream. So where were we?
Oh, we were making a carrier.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Give me a second.
carry the body.
Game master just started starting fuck, so...
Yeah, I kind of spilled milk all over my keyboard.
Oh.
Get a cat.
Dump it in rice.
Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. It was just like 2 drops. But
No, it's fine. You can just put it in the dishwasher on without heat. It'll still work.
Dryer.
Just put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes.
With a grape.
we are a professional game stream with professional people.
No, you're not. You're neither of those things.
Okay, so you guys are awake. You said goodbye to a really good chinchilla. That was definitely
Bye-bye.
not a demon. And
Pardon?
yeah, you guys were talking about some sort of proof or that you killed the demon before going back to town, right?
And talking about taking Kilth with us.
Yeah, sure, you can carry him. And if some swarm of bloody flesh-eating bunnies come, at least you have some bait.
Exactly. Should we go to this healing lake first, or do we want to return to the town to return the body?
A healing lake sounds good. Some of us are still probably a bit roughed up, and it could prove beneficial.
Does anybody need healing, by the way, currently?
Guys, I just want
Everybody
to.
alright?
I'm right.
I just want the four of you to understand something.
Oh,
If you want to keep exploring the forest, you need to make one roll every 2 or 3 blocks that you move.
Right, there was that thing.
The
that
forest
we-
is unexplored, filled with wild flesh-eating rabbits, and there's not that much light.
Maybe we go back to camp.
yeah.
Yes.
We can explore sometime again when we are better off. And I don't think that the map is quite. The map is old. It says to the east is a large town. Bishar, do you know about a large town here?
As far as I'm aware, the town I grew up next to was the only settlement on this island. Until
Would it
recently.
be east of here?
But yeah, I guess. Directions are a bit hard to define. But it could be east, but it's not exactly a large town. It's just a small settlement.
And to the west of us, there is apparently a statue of a person.
Alright. That could very much be possible.
And south is a forest. That's on this map.
Well, at least that part is true, I guess.
So, back to camp.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Alright then. Let us return.
I think Kawaha would pick up Kilth because, of course, he's a cleric and has like 90-100 strength score.
Yeah, sure.
Hi.
Uh,
Hi.
What time of day is it
Go.
currently?
In the morning.
Morning.
Alright.
Morning.
Oh, we took a long rest. Alright, sure. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Like this. Sorry.
If we
Technical
hurry, we can
issues.
make it out of the forest before night, at least.
Yes,
Let's
definitely.
go.
You could definitely make it back to town, or at least to Outpost 1.
Sorry?
You could definitely make it to Outpost 1 if you depart now.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Right.
Sure. As you guys start making your way back, I'm just going to ask for one single D20 from anybody.
Just random d20, nothing added.
Nothing other.
Alright. 18.
You're fine.
Woo.
You're fine. You You find your way, no issue. You have already traveled this place. You go by the burned dead tree in the middle of the road,
With mushrooms on them.
with mushrooms on it. You don't find
Is it
any.
still raining? Or
Oh,
do I just fucked us
it's
over?
it's pouring. It's the heaviest rain ever.
I am so sorry.
Ever.
Yeah, like
Can...
it's raining really hard. You will have to make a constitution save before getting back to the outpost. But let's do that now, because there's no big issues on your travel during this day. But do give me the constitution saving throw, please.
Kawaha's exhaustion got gone away, alright?
Yes, because you took a long rest.
Wonderful. Kawaha first. Natural 20. Go, you beast.
Oh, I'm rolling like shit.
And a 12 for me, for Kaoliki.
You are okay. What about the other three?
I had a 16.
You're okay.
17.
You are okay.
9.
You are not okay. You take 1 point of exhaustion.
Kawaha will cast Lesser Restoration on me. I'm sorry, because I need to function somehow.
Sure.
Because my walking speed is like halved.
Yeah, sure.
I'll give you
No, it's fine. I'm alright. It's fine. Thanks.
Well, I can give you an elixir of speed, which will increase your walking speed by 10 feet
That's
for
fine.
at least
There's
a bit.
fine. I'm good.
10
Thank you very
feet.
much. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It was a broken leg or something like that, so
Yeah, sure. Kawoha just uses that on you. There's no issue at all. Okay, and we are going to go back to Kindness Party.
Woo.
As Eric, as you are walking next to the cart, is there anything that you guys would like to do during this day of travel? Since you don't have to go through a thick, deep forest, it will only take you 1 day to get to Throstford from here.
I'll probably be winding Eric up slightly about probably hooking up with the and I will refer to her as the Dwarven lady because I still haven't asked her name. So I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll just be probably just winding up slightly about that.
I'll probably try and turn the joke back on him and say maybe she'll like your underbite more than my fur. And then go on.
I was gonna say I'd probably be like just taking notes of our surroundings as well. Just like slowly. Probably this is a different world that I've ever seen before, so I'll be probably just taking it all in.
Yeah, it's weird because the land still hasn't get used to be flying in the air. So you see a different type of trees. You see like the typical mountain trees that are in cold climates. And from time to time you see like a palm tree that's dwindling over, small, like it hasn't been able to grow that much due to the cold and the wind, but somehow it's still there. I'm going to need one of you two to roll a d10.
Go on then. I'll do it. Let's see. D10. A 10.
A 10, 10, 10, 10.
Now the question is that good or bad?
Is it really good or real bad?
Mm-hmm. There used to be a Mats game called 10, 10, 10.
It depends on what you consider bad, because as you are traveling and you start crossing a river, the clouds that are so close to the land because you are flying in the sky start to get really thick as the giant, very, very big, very, very bad storm that's raining over the rest of the group gets to you. And the storm is so thick that you have to stop for the day and make camp.
So that was bad.
So you lose 1 day of travel.
Yay. I'd probably call out, start making shelters for the campfire at the very least, so at least we have some heat going.
Sure.
Well, I'd probably be helping along with that. Then once that's set up, I would probably go up to Eric and be like, "Have you had a chance to check out those runes that I gave you?"
Not yet. We may not have time today either, as I sort of unhook my glaive and just have it sort of very in my grip, but very loosely, just as in case anything goes down. And I say, and speaking of that, I don't know if you feel like it, but I'm going to make a perimeter check around just to make sure we're not stuck in the middle of some creature's territory.
I'll probably grab my warhammer off and I'll be like, "Lead the way, man."
Kaine looks at you both and goes, don't go far away. What you doing?
We'll just make a quick perimeter check around. We'll stay within the campsite eye line.
Well, that's good and all, but everything could be here. This place is supposedly danger level 2, but it's been quite a surprise lately. But don't worry about it. As far as I know, there's nothing that big here. Like the reports from the stupid whatever foxes just say that this forest is clear, but they lied. Like this forest was crawling over with dense pines that would melt the rat, and it was my little sweet girl that went here and cleaned it up. Like that's why that stupid bitch of Lydia came and claimed it for herself.
So you saying? So now I'll be like, I'll be like tapping my warhammer on my hand and I'll be like, "So are you telling me that this is a dangerous forest, or are you telling me that it's not dangerous? Because I feel like doing a perimeter check may still be a good idea."
Well, it was dangerous, but it was dangerous like 3 days ago before my sweet girl and her friends came and cut the grass over here. Like sometimes I heard the story of one of our guild men that came and was bitten on the leg by one of those pines, and his leg melted so badly that we had to cut his whole leg off.
As soon as you say, I probably freeze up a bit and then I kind of go, "Okay."
Would I have heard of anything of this type of nature? Because this sounds a bit far-fetched for Eric.
Give me a nature check.
Oh, it's a 1. Let's have a see. Oh, I did not have that advantage. It's a 4.
Well, you wouldn't actually know because Nersandia is more of a grassland type of area, and this is more like a forest mountain zone.
Yeah.
And you know that in the wilds there are some type of plant-like things that may have strong acidic features. So it could probably be true.
I look at Gaba and I say, well, are your eyes quite sharp, or
Well, as a bodyguard, I've detected danger before, so
mm,
I personally, if you were to ask me, I think we do a quick 5 minute check round the perimeter, and then we'll find something. You know, if you don't find anything, we'll come back. We'll have a nice settle down. You'll cuddle up to the lady by you, and then we'll crack on in the morning.
she'll get no cuddles if she continues to rattle on like that as we start walking off out of earshot.
Oh, sure. Give me a perception check as you two mount your watch.
Here we go.
8.
16.
Also, make it with disadvantage because you are under heavy rain.
8.
Sure, I'll roll again. 16 still.
Sure. You guys don't found anything. Like the river is overflowing with all of the rainwater. As you guys are returning, Eric, you find one pine on the ground that's being cut off, and it's withered, it's dead. It kind of resembles the stuff that Kaine was talking about. It's it sort of looks like this,
Okay.
and
Uh,
it's been cut off by some sort of hitting it with a stick repeated times.
okay. I'll point it out with my glaive to Gaba and say, Raging Foxes have encountered anything like that before?
Can I do a nature check?
Sure, why not?
-1. Nat 20,
Hey!
but -1.
Yay!
Nice.
2 nat
Um,
20s. Look at that.
okay, well, you've heard about stories of the lower rank members of the guild being lifted into the air by some sort of vine monster that started eating them whole. So yeah, you would know something of this shit happens.
Shit happens.
I relay that
used
to
to it.
I relay that to Eric, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I've heard of that. It doesn't sound the best, but at least this one's been chopped off, So obviously, those gardeners did a good job.
Is it worth our while to check if there's any possible remnants, or do we know if there's a main body? What are we looking for?
There's usually a main body with that natural 20. The stories have told you about almost how to kill it. There's usually a main body that keeps on sprouting new pines constantly and extending its range for kilometers if not checked.
So I relay that again, and I'll be like, "You've got an option. It's 2 of us, and if that's regrown in the last 3 days, we could be in for a tough fight, or we could go back, watch out, and see if it does come for us. It's up to you."
Thinking over, if I were to use my ability DM to get bigger, I'll put it in the chat for you to see.
Yeah.
Could I sort of get everyone and the carriage over that river? because this makes me nervous. I rather we are out of the danger zone, but
It lasts 1 minute.
yeah, that's the only restriction.
So
It would have to be
even
quick.
if you became large,
Yeah,
carrying a cart is still kind of very
difficult.
tough.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
you get the feeling that based on what Gaba told you and that this vine is withered, the core is dead.
Okay. I'll say for now that's fine then. Let us maintain watches, and then we'll head back to camp. With the idea of getting at least a watch going between us two at the very least, and then seeing if chatty dwarf lady would like to
As soon as you say that, I'll be like,
watch as well.
how about we not get the dwarf? How about we get a bear? Because the bear seems, but he seems like he can handle himself.
Yes, that is true. Maybe. Let's. We'll see.
Sounds like a plan.
Hmm.
Okay, so you guys return to your camp, no issues. As you return, Kaine is standing there. It's raining. You guys made camp under a couple of trees. The Kokiko is dripping wet, and Kaine is just standing there with 2 mugs of hot something, waiting for you. You're here, you're back. Want something to warm up those bones of yours?
I grab it, and can I do an inspection check on it? Or an insight check?
Sure.
Oh boy.
3.
I'll take it, but I won't drink it just yet. I'll just say thank you kindly and sort of hold the mug to my hand to warm my hand up.
Sure. You see that everybody in the camp has 1 mug, and she goes and grabs another one. What you notice is that she's completely dry, even in the rain. Like, she gets wet and then she gets dry. She gets wet and then she gets dry.
Curious.
Girl.
Kinda knows it.
Yeah, Kitty. What you want?
Curious ability you have. How are you able to stay dry in this weather?
This nothing. It's just a small trick that I learned. Like, in order to get part of the Sleepy Cow Guild, you need to be an avid merchant, an avid explorer, a good archaeologist, and you need to learn a little bit of magic, just the tiniest amount to qualify through the exams. My brother is the one that taught me this. He's the studious one. Stupid nerd. I just know 2 or maybe 3 small tricks to make my life easier. And of course, one thing that all good merchant and explorer need to know is how to make sure that what you are taking isn't cursed or will kill you instantly, how to keep yourself dry, and how to make a good cocoa coffee.
As she said good cocoa coffee, I'm like halfway through my drink, and I'm like, is it the cocoa coffee?
Yeah, it is. Give me a taste bud check.
I guess it was the D20?
Yeah, sure.
Stay with here?
Yeah, he just turned his camera up. It's pretty tasty and it has quite the afterkick on it.
I'll be like, I'm enjoying it. I'll just finish off the drink. Slap,
Give me a Constitution
What?
saving throw, please.
5.
You are mildly drunk.
Eric, my boy, you should try a bit of it.
I'll look at him, and I'll say out, and then I'll just take a little sip.
It's a lap.
It tastes good.
Alright, seeing the effect it had on Garba, because he's larger than me, means it's probably gonna make me a lot more tipsier than that. I'll take measured sips throughout
Sure.
the day.
You see that the raccoon comes and goes, Miss Kaine, may I have some more? It's really good. And you see that she's on her third shag.
And I'll be like, can I get another one too, Mrs. Dropperady? Woo!
Yeah, sure, honey, sure. Come on, drink. There's plenty where it came from. This is one of the small pleasures, or more like the only pleasures we get on these places. Well, other than
The speech, the thought bubble comes up. This is going to be a long one.
yeah, sure.
Could I oh, sorry.
Go ahead, don't worry.
I was gonna say, throughout, before we sleep or whatever, is there however long it takes before we start setting our watches? Can I actually sit with the runic wrappings and try and ascertain the nature of it?
Sure. Go ahead. What do you want to do?
So sitting there.
So, do you want to cast a spell, or do you want to?
So, full disclosure, I don't have spells. So, but what I'm trying to probably do is, because of Eric's background, and also because I have done runic work through my smithing tools. I'm trying to see if I can perhaps decipher the purpose of the runes through, so like almost reverse engineer and try and work out what these runes mean or what their purpose is.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Cool. That's a 1. However, 20.
Okay. You get the feeling that these runes were not carefully crafted. Like the energy that they contain is quite unstable. They are actually quite badly made, like some sort of mass production made by somebody that didn't know that much. And you get the feeling that they have some sort of mechanism, maybe in the runes, maybe in the cloth, that would force whoever wears them to not be able to remove them themselves.
Okay, so
And as you are reviewing them, Kaine comes next to you with another shag of this and goes, Kitty, do you want some company?
Unless you have some sort of magics to identify this, and I sort of hold out the runic wrappings to her.
As I told you before, that's what I do. I just need to know if something is going to explode in my face or not.
As far as I'm aware, it won't.
Don't worry, I'll be the judge to that. Move aside, and she kind of pushes you as she sits next to you. Really close.
As soon as that happens, I kind of like walk past my ear and I do like the eyes, like the, oh, here we go. I'll raise my glass like this and just keep walking. It's just do the first watch.
I'll snarl.
Give me here. And she just grabs the wrappings and starts pushing them around, smelling. She grabs some dust and throws the dust on it, sees if there's some sort of reaction, powders the runes, and snorts on them. Yes. I know this. I know this one. This one. Uh, this is the unstable amplifiers. A fairly common object made by the Glorium Arcanum from Yolk. Uh, Supposedly, what this does is it enhances the energy of who's wielding it, but it makes some sort of spells more powerful. The only problem is that these bitches are cursed, and if something goes bad, the spell may explode in your face.
Oh, gee.
It's like pouring more water into the shack to have a bigger, better, strong drink, but without regards of if the glass can contain it.
Do they stack?
You have no idea.
I'll nod and I'll say, curious. Do you have much experience with modifying ruins?
Nah, I don't think I'll find anybody in this place that knows how to do that. Maybe Marion, but the bitch is dead.
Mm.
Like, my girl killed him.
I raise a glass to her in a sort of gesture of toast and say thank you.
What? That was my magic for the day. I'm spent. So now there's no issue in drinking some more.
Yeah, I sort of toast, clink glasses, drink, and then wrap the wrappings up for now. Probably before we actually do the proper watches. I'll sort of make notes and attempt to copy the ruins, like
Sure.
copy them like in terms of their shaping, their cadence, and then hopefully see if it's something worthwhile looking at later in terms
Sure,
of
give
modification.
me a straight intelligence check. Or this would be like dexterity, maybe? No, give me intelligence.
Yeah, I was gonna
Because
say I prefer intelligence. Dexterity is
give me
zero.
intelligence because this is not like tracing over, it's more like carefully analyzing because the runes have like small indents in them, like like a vinyl record.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's more the understanding of
13.
that. Sure, you are somewhat confident that you, with the right equipment, you may be able to recreate this.
Okay. I'll just make notes, possibly curse, like make little notations to
Sure,
say
sure.
try to reproduce without curse,
Kaina
make
is
more stable.
just standing next to you, looking, still getting herself dry every 6 seconds. And she goes, it was a fruitful day, kitty cat. Did you find what you're looking for?
Maybe. These wrappings are curious, but we've not inspected what Ursa and his group managed to get out from the armory. The
Yeah.
armory might be
I didn't get to
interesting.
explore that place that deep. Like before I got into it, something came out, and my brother kind of got shot in the leg, so we had to carry him out before he bled out. So the stupid nerd forced us to go back to town.
Did he survive the trip, or did he sadly pass?
Yeah. Don't worry. They help him and patch him up, so he's back perfectly.
That's good. Siblings are usually what we have left once our parents pass on.
Well, that and an inheritance.
Well, if there is any inheritance left, I've heard horror stories of inheritance being more like debt mates
Well,
and more problems.
that doesn't really happen to us. Like, we are more of finding our own family and way in life instead of remaining with whoever we were born with. So, this is not much of our concern.
Hmm. Well, it's curious traditions, but usually we welcome those we choose to be our mates into our pride.
Yeah, sure. So, tell me, Kitty, did you find anything interesting down there? Something useful? Someone?
Can I make an insight check as she's pushing me on this?
Sure.
Where's me insight? That's not too bad. 22.
Oh, she is totally hiding something from you. She knows more than she said. It's true that she didn't go that way back in into the chamber where you were, but she knows something that she's not telling. Peter Pod.
I probably would have had my one of my hand axes just probably near my pack, within arm's reach. And I just look at her curiously, and I say, "Well, as you have said, you and your sibling have gone down before us.
And our talk, well,
Let us
more like this walk,
let us do a trade of information.
Ah, yeah, sure. What do you have to
You
trade?
tell me what you know that you've not told me so far.
I told you everything. You heard me, Kitty. Those beautiful lies can be so hurtful.
Yes, but yet you're pushing on not wanting to know what we find, who we find. And that's curious because that means...
Did I say who? I meant what?
Yeah. I sort of put the mug down and sort of just exert a little bit of strength just to crack it a little bit, but not shatter it. And say, I may not be the sharpest tool, but I can certainly be forceful enough.
Give me an intimidation check.
Someone. Why is it charisma? I hate intimidation. I hate intimidation.
Hey, remember, you can use compound rolls. If you are capable of argumentating that you want to do intimidation with strength, as long as you are proficient in intimidation, you can do it.
I am not proficient in intimidation. That's the only issue.
Yep.
So
then it's on your
I'll
charisma.
take it as this, which is a 5.
She was like, Kitty, listen. I don't know why all of you felines are so blood bent on doing anything forcefully. Maybe it's your claws, maybe it's your fangs. I don't know. I don't care. I just want you to know that you are beautiful and I'm not hiding anything from you. She's hiding something from you.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's why I'm catching. That's what I'm getting. So, well,
It's not the force. You have the furs.
Let's sort of say, fine. Keep whatever you wish secrets, but whatever information we have goes to our research team. No one else.
Well, yeah, sure. This is your jurisdiction. If you want to know what I find, you can go to the store back in Trostford. We just found some farms with a couple of ashes. I think some coins, some evil-looking shields, and yeah, that's it. There's something else.
You didn't find any curious bodies, any test subjects?
Well, there were some bones piled over by the entrance. I think they may have been shot on the back by the staff that shot my brother.
A trap or someone
Trap.
still living?
Didn't you see the hanging traps of death that go wah, brah, and make a hole through your skin?
Did we? I don't think.
Yeah,
No
you did.
traps. Oh yeah. I'll say they were already set off. We
Well,
had
yeah.
no issues going through.
Well, yeah, sure. Keep it whatever way you want. You can go and ask Marion. Oh, yeah, sure. You can ask Marion, he said. You can go and ask Trine back in town if you want.
Sure. Not an issue for me.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you are satisfied with my answers, you really wet and actually quite smelly now that I smell you up close. I'm going to take my leave and get some shut-eye. These magical capabilities of mine, even though they are vastly powerful, I need to sleep before getting them back.
Have a good night.
Yeah, sure.
As I wave her good night. Is Gaba, as I look over, is Gaba?
Gaba is blackout drunk.
I sort of rub my head and I just think this is a long night.
Kalon,
Yeah.
give me a D100, please. Because of course I have a table for blackout drunk.
Oh god, yes, please.
82.
18.
Oh boy.
82.
8-2.
Oh, 82.
82.
82, 82, 82, 82.
Oh, that's not a good look.
Surprise, you're married.
Okay.
Oh, now I want
First
to
of
get
all,
drunk.
Buckley, please give me a D20.
That's not good.
What the
You
fuck
you find yourselves without clothes and snuggled up to Ursa.
You say I'm sorry, am I doing the D20? Sorry.
No, David.
Ah.
David, you are muted.
14.
14. It's a beautiful morning day with some small clouds. There's no rain. As Gaba, you wake up completely naked, a couple of 10-20 meters away from the camp, completely wet, but as naked, and your clothes are hanging some way decorating some plants and trees as if you had dressed them with your clothes and had spent all night talking to them.
Okay, I'll wake up and I'll go.
Would I have seen this happen throughout the night, seeing as I'm the only ones who have
You were
kept his
you were
peace?
asleep, but what the and all of the other researchers were also blackout drunk. Actually, I'm going to roll for them.
Yep.
That's a 45.
I'm the designated driver here. That's what's happened.
I love it. I absolutely love this.
Okay, the trash panda wakes up crying with a hangover that would have killed them in a comatose state three times over, and she's just
God.
crying with her head. The sun bothers her, and the bear is standing next to Gaba. He also wakes up, and he's dressed with the skin of a deer that he killed during the night, and
God damn.
he's adorned with the antlers as a necklace.
Wow.
Well,
no.
yikes.
So
Lucille would be drinking too.
okay, 92. We get higher and higher. 92. Lucille wakes up with all of her face and clothes having been drawn with the different images of genitalia all over her body.
So I probably wake up. I look to my left to see the bear, like dressed in the skin of like a deer. I'm guessing he's bloodied as well because he hadn't cleaned that up. I'm like, what the? Ah! 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 And there's no luck. I need to get changed. Ah! What's going on? What the hell happened? And I'd probably like, I would quickly like just get as much clothes on as possible.
Sure.
Just snagging things on, chucking them on. I guess is my warhammer back at the camp, or is that with the clothes?
Your warhammer is in the camp and it has a small hat made out of some ripped clothes.
So I imagine like I don't know, like I've torn some like top off and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, why is my and then I see my warhammer. I'm like, oh, for fuck, Jesus Christ!
I sort of start waking up. Look at Gava. Good night.
Shut it, you bloody lion!
Thank you. That is what I am.
Stomp over to my warhammer, take all the clothes off, and I'll put it on my back, and I go, "It's your fault. Shouldn't have let me
Isn't
drink."
now.
Shouldn't let me drink.
I go find Ursa, and I say, "Where's the carcass? Is it? We might as well have some breakfast."
Oh. 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 Oh.
Is it in your belly, Ursa?
I don't remember. Oh.
That's fine. You may want to just, I don't know, maybe.
I need some water.
Yes, there is a river over there. You may want to just get rid of all that.
You see that he walks over the river and face plants into it and rolls over and just lays in the cold water for a couple of minutes.
And I start browsing the rest. And I say,
The trash panda is not waking up. She went back to sleep.
I grab the trash panda, scrub the neck, and I say, "You can either wake up now or you can wake up in the river. Which do you prefer?"
She goes, "Oh, no, Mom, no."
Yeet.
Yeah, into the river you go.
I was gonna say, can I help him chuck her into the river? Because I'm just at this point, I'm just fine. Right? I need to get up.
Vastly annoyed.
And she was like, "What the fuck, you bitches?" And she just wakes up, really being thrown into the river, and you've never seen a tiny little thing cursing so much.
Good. At least you've woken up now. I look at.
I'll point to Eric and I'll be like, "Blame him. His idea. I just helped." And I'll just walk away.
Look at Lucille. I
For
said, "Do you need a dunk in the river?"
Lucille goes like, well, no.
You might as well. Everyone else is doing it.
Well, maybe it will take care of this ink.
Yes,
I hope it's ink.
We don't want to be rolling into town like this.
Yeah. And everybody just takes a shower in the river. Peace Walkers are really comfortable about being naked around each other.
Mm-hmm. I look at Kynan. Is she?
Kynan just wakes up and goes like, bunch of lightweights.
Yes, quite. That's why I slowed my drinking.
I've probably given her a little scowl at this point.
Kynan starts brewing one more of those drinks. She's preparing a Scottish coffee.
No.
I'll
love
I'll go up to her and I'll be like, "Can I have a small one, please?"
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about it. I'll give you one when it's ready.
Thank you.
Okay. By the way, mechanically, the Trash Panda has 3 exhaustion points.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You
Check
guys.
around the back of the cart.
Yeah, I basically help everyone go back into the cards.
Sure.
And take point.
You guys start going back into town. Now we go back to the other side of the party. It's
Wait,
more.
everything hurts.
It's morning. You are in Outpost 1. The cart filled with the trinkets that the 3 people from the sleepy cow that you saved is still there. You wake up. I'm going to say that Ephraim has breakfast ready for everybody, as usual. Do you do anything? Do you prepare? Do you depart immediately?
I will help Ephraim creating the carrier so he can carry back the body. So that's my morning, I guess.
Sure. Okay. Without further ado, you guys depart if you don't want to do anything specifically here. And around midday, the first ones to arrive are going to be
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
an odd number. So, Eric, you guys are the first one to arrive into Grossford.
Top of the morning to you.
Fuck you. As
Yeah.
Okay. There it is. As something more like this, probably.
Cool.
As you guys arrive, this is a whole different place from the one that you left 2 days ago. There are guardsmen at exact same distance, like there's one guardsman each 6 meters standing from each other. They seem to rotate at the same time and keep watch together at exactly the same times. They seem so organized. There's no longer that smell of human
Feces.
yeah, sure.
Waste.
There's human waste. There's no longer that smell of human waste. And now there are even 2 full made out of wood houses. Small, but still 2 full wood
God damn, they're
places.
quick.
And you see there's everybody kind of seems happier. And
Driven to the bone, more like.
and you see as everybody's moving around, you see this dwarf Thrain, the one that had received you as when you arrived here. He's in the center table and he seems to be making some sort of plans with a couple of guardsmen as you guys arrive.
Cool. I'll call out to him and ask, where is Dr. Stone?
Give me a second, something here isn't working.
Is Roland a doctor?
Yes.
I assumed it was a doctor because
It is now.
part of the research team.
As you approach, Triangle is like, yeah, sure, yeah, of course. Give me a second, I need to make sure that the next watch departs on time, otherwise the lady's going to have my balls. Yeah, sure. Arrange for Mark Tills and Thames to leave at the at midday. Make sure you depart as fast as you can after eating your lunch. Yeah, sure. Your destination is the sector X3. Be sure to be back by night. Okay, dismissed. Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. Just business. You see that train before was this dwarf with a large beard that was all over the place. Now it seems to have been braided with some sort of rings in the middle. His hair seems to have been pulled over, and he's completely. There are no longer bloodstains in his clothes. Sure. What you want then?
Dr. Stone.
Yeah, sure. Lady Stan, she should be inside of the tent making some calls to the higher ups, writing some letters, stuff like that. You should go talk to her. You are not under my jurisdiction anymore.
I'll look at Gaba and say, if you wish, you can accompany me. I'll look at the rest of the researchers. Relax, take stock of what we've got, and then I'll come back with what we need to do next.
I think I'll accompany you. Might as well. Might as well see Miss Stone. See how she's doing. Wonder if she'll repay me for that greater healer potion I gave her. I feel like she owes me.
That's out of the goodness of your heart. Whether she depends on the kindness of others is another question.
Yeah, we'll find out. I'll just remind her that, otherwise she could have been killed for being a noblewoman.
Triangle's
Might as well
like,
try it.
one can only wish.
We'll go to the tent or building that she's currently residing in.
Sure. As you go into the tent, Lady Roland Borstone is sitting on a tall chair, preparing, writing some sort of notes and papers, and she goes like, tapote data. How was your expedition then?
I'll reply back with the traditional dwarven greeting. Top of the day to you.
I'll probably
I'll
do the
say-
same as well. Yeah. Top of the morning to you, love.
Top of the morning to you, love. Sure.
Some interesting finds. Now, before I begin to disclose what I know, remind me again, are we meant to be disclosing all that we know to Lady Stone, or
No, not at all. Like, she was just
so there's no
tasked with getting you guys here.
Okay.
She was just kind of the other side. She was supposed to also be a researcher in that place, in charge of her own researchers, but shit happened.
No worries. I'll
David happened.
exactly right. I'll say some interesting finds, but mostly dead bodies and sprung traps.
Ah, boy, that is something quite perilous. Well,
We were quite fortunate. Whoever came before us had already disabled the traps, shall we say.
what do you mean by that, lassie?
We had no issues getting in.
Oh, what? I'm just happy to hear you had a good cup of tea. So maybe, I don't know, we should write a report.
Sure.
Maybe you can get it to Elam on your way back. I think I may have to stay here. This bunch of assholes don't have a head for over their head. It's like their neck just ends there, no brain.
Mm,
They didn't even have a bathroom. Who doesn't have a bathroom?
I mean, I would have assumed they've been taking a shit off the edge of the island.
Yes, and that's how they fell off the island.
Very risky shit to take. To be fair.
Lady
So?
Stone, I've got to give it to you. You're whipping him into shape, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, nothing that a couple of flying stones to the face can solve. They were a bit rowdy at the beginning, but just some really lovely dwarvish gratitude can do a lot.
As you says, as soon as you say scores gratitude, I'll be like, I'm glad you mentioned gratitude. Remember that greater potion I did to save your life after you got stabbed a couple of times by a little crazy man because he thought he was an oboe? Can I get that back, please?
Well, I kind of drank it, so and I think that it's on the top of the island that was before the bathroom was created. I can give me a perception check, a persuasion check.
I think you said perception, yeah.
Persuasion.
Whoa. Oh, persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, that's good. I rolled 15.
Well, though I know how expensive those things can be. Like they sell them on Elam. If we were there, I could give you one from my own stash. But since we are all the way here in this shithole that I'm trying to reform, I think that I should start by setting a good example. So maybe I'll give you some biscuits, but I won't be. I won't mind if you take something from the table that the shithead of Marion left here before he went and died.
I'll be like, I'll just have a look then, shall I?
Yeah, but take only one. As far as I'm told, try and kind of promise one of those to the guys that went to kill the demon that these shitheads kind of left loose.
They're probably dead. It's fine. You know,
Yeah.
I'll just have a look. What's you?
Well, they'll probably be dead. Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Of course. But you do know that if they don't return by today, I'm going to have to send somebody to make sure that the demon is dead, and that somebody has to be capable. None of these shitheads from the Raging Fox know how to actually fight something, so I'm looking at you.
As soon as she says fighting a demon, I kind of freeze a little bit and I go, Yep, I'll do it.
Yeah, sure. So let's hope that they are alive.
I pat him on the back and I say, "Yeah, Demon Slayer extraordinaire here."
Okay, Gaba.
I give you a sharp look.
Gaba.
Yeah.
On the table in front of you, more like on the side of the tent, there are a couple of different objects that seem to have been left there. Some have research notes, are just there. You may take one of those. Let me just tell you what's on the table. Give me a second. Give me a second. So many folders to open. Loading. Loading. Loading.
Error 404.
Okay, not this one. Or is it? I think that it is.
Oh, we get a bard in the outpost as well.
Yeah, parties. Latin America, man. Okay, so no, these ones are the ones that you've already taken. Okay. Yeah, sure. So Gaba, You see there's a necklace that has like an arrow in the middle, in some sort of heart shape with an arrow in the middle. There's a bag that seems to be filled with some sort of tiny small rocks or something like that. There's a stone with a rune over it. There's a small sticky stone, a small stick that has like a hand going like this at the end. The hand is actually moving, going like this constantly. And there's a... What's the last one? This one was already taken. And there's a pair of gauntlets that are covered in chains and seem to have some sort of claws.
Okay, I probably.
For the second time over, I had to restart the recording, so yeah. So, Gaba, which one are you taking?
I'd probably look at Eric and then go, anything tickling your fancy? I like these gauntlets. You kind of.
Can I do the same type of assessment?
No.
Probably
No.
not, because I haven't got too much time.
No, that takes longer.
Yeah.
You kind of need to be fidgeting with the objects.
Yeah. I'll probably say, well, if you want to hit, then I think gauntlets might be a good option in case you are without a weapon. Nothing hits better than a metal fist.
Nothing hits a demon's face like a gauntlet.
Uh-huh.
I'm just staring into space like I'm probably gonna have to try and kill a demon. I'm like shitting myself. Thank you, Miss Rowland. I'll take these. I'll take the gauntlets and I'll chuck them on.
Do you put them on?
Yeah, I'll put them on. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And much like the end of Soul Calibur 1, when Siegfried gets his sword, he never takes them off again.
You chose poorly.
Okay, so Gaba, you put these two gauntlets that are covered in some long chain. Some of it hangs from it. And yep, you just feel really comfortable with them. They fit perfectly and they feel like at home.
Fits like a glove.
Around this time, the rest of the party finally arrives to Frostport, and you guys are received by two guards. Once again, this is not the same Frostport that you left a couple of days ago. It feels really different, like more organized, less shitty, and
there's a band playing in the background.
Yeah,
they're so happy. such a change in atmosphere. It's remarkable.
Glad to be back. Don't worry, we will not resist. We have brought back the name of the gnome, which Vijar knows that I am that one.
Trent.
Kill Tent.
Yes.
We went on a mission for Mr.
Fine.
I knew that name.
Thrine.
Yeah. The guard goes like, sure. Just wait here for a minute, please, and try to not kill anybody. And
Will.
Why would I?
they kind of look at
Darkness gathers.
where Marion
Thank you
died.
for asking.
Okay. After a few seconds, Crane kind of tells you to go over to the table. Hello. So, what did you manage to find? Did you kill the bitch?
Yes, we managed to kill the demon, but unfortunately your brother was already dead once we got there.
Not his
My-
brother,
Not
it's a
him, not his
gnome.
brother. It's
Me
a gnome.
brother.
Also, your brother is dead, but here's your guy. I thought they were brothers.
No,
No.
that's a gnome. To the guy that
It's a gnome.
sold you the bear and the
Right.
potions
No,
And the dog treats.
and the
It
dog
went
treats.
Alright.
So,
Fortunately, this guy was already dead once we got there.
well, this is really sad. You'd had quite a crappy life after having been cursed like that. He was good at drinking. We had some good card games together, but, well, nothing much we can do. We'll just throw a party for him before throwing him on the side of the land.
I produce the contract that he signed.
Yes, of course, yeah. How can I be sure that you killed the demon and instead of only finding that body?
You can go and check yourself.
You know, I won't do that, girl.
Well,
I am sure you will trust our word when we say that this demon is dead.
Well, sadly for me, I'm not the one to say what's going on in this place anymore.
Oh, really? We found
Yeah,
someone competent.
you hurt me, girl, you hurt me. We didn't find, more like she kind of took over. And you know, you can't go telling no to a noble lady. Next thing you are hanging on a cross on the capital, being exposed to all the D25 realms. So yeah, you don't go against the noble when she tells you something. So yeah, good luck. She's on the tent. Go have fun.
Thank you.
Alright.
Do I see Kaina anywhere?
Yeah, Kaine is dismounting the Kokiku, getting some things out of the cart. As she spots you, she goes like,
Hi! How are you?
Miguel, what you doing?
Oh, I'm just splendid, thank you. We just came back.
Oh, yeah, the hunt. How was the hunt?
What?
The hunt.
Hand?
Hunt.
hunt.
Hunting.
Hunt.
Hunt.
Got it. Yes, the demon is dead.
Well done, girl.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was Quattle. Quattle did it. He was quite they are all quite capable fighters.
The slow turtle guy.
Yes.
He seems slow. He talks slow. I'm sure it was you, girl.
No, it wasn't me. I just.
You're so humble. Here,
It's good to see
wanna
you
come in?
back.
Wanna come in and have a drink?
I want to have a drink. No, I think the group is talking to this new lady first because we should get our reward that we
Yeah, of course.
were promised one.
I heard that a new dwarf came into town and wanted to put everything upside down. At least now we have bathrooms. And look, there's a wooden building. There's a wooden building. Now if somebody cuts her hand off, we can patch it together instead of trying to go to a tent or jumping out of the side of the island.
What is a toilet?
Honey, do you remember what I told you the other day when we went out of that room and you kind of were feeling tummy issues and had to go behind the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you don't have to go behind the tree. You can sit on a place and somebody comes and gets scared of your poop to throw it away instead of just leaving it there and smelling crappy all day long.
Oh, that's interesting concept. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's the wonders of civilization.
They have toilets and wooden buildings.
And booze.
Wonders of technology.
You don't forget the booze.
Oh, alright, sorry.
Go now, go. Don't worry. I'll be here when you.
And
She was like,
back to
and she hugs you.
a kitty touched me. Yeah, and I go back.
Sure.
She must be protected at all costs.
Do you guys walk into the tent? Ex-Marion tent, ex-Trying tent?
Third line. I believe we are.
How does it work?
Yes.
Does one knock on a tent?
Good question.
I do not know. I have never tried to. I guess we could.
Hello? Can we come in?
Yeah, sure. Come in.
I thought all sound was muted within this tent. Or does it only work one way?
It works. It works. In a special sense.
It can be turned on and off.
It's
Yeah.
it's magic.
Yeah, you are right.
All right.
Sound. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. My bad. Bad shame. Bad.
This
Yeah. No sound comes in and out of this tent.
All right. I guess we will just walk inside.
switch. Walk in.
Who walks first into the tent?
I think Quattle
Kawaha.
should.
Kawaha.
Not it.
Kawaha will.
Okay, as Kawaha walks in, you hear as the tent opens, sound starts coming out, and you hear, what's the kid? Don't you know how to knock? Yeah, flea filthy dog?
Damn.
Oh, he does not like that.
We are on a meeting, boy. You need to knock first. And Kawaha's like, no noise comes in and out. Of course, silly me. I'm sorry, boy. What you want? Do you want something?
I peek behind him.
Of course, there are more of ya. They are multiplying.
And then Quattle peeks around as well.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to call home cleaning. Top of the day to ya.
2 more.
I will just walk in.
What? Now that you are in, everybody come in, don't worry.
Good afternoon.
Top of the day to ya.
All right.
Top of the day to
Is it-
ya?
Yeah?
Is it the top or the bottom? What is the midway point?
Don't worry, boy. It's just a dwarvish form of greeting. Did you know?
All right. Fair enough. Top of the.
I look at Ephraim.
really.
Is it really?
Yes, hello.
Okay. Now that you ruined my meeting with these two fine
maybe.
people, and everything is already ruined, what may I do for you? I don't know you. Who are you?
We've come to collect a reward.
A reward, now. Normally one gives their name before asking for something.
I produced the paper. We had a formal
Agreement.
agreement with Master Thine.
Sure. This dwarvish woman, a little taller than a normal dwarf, shaved head on the sides and a tied braid hair. She looks very, very strong, and she wears clothes that have some stones hanging from them and some different crystals in pockets. She goes, okay. I'll read this paper, sure, no problem, no problem. There's no rush for it. I'd still like to know who am I talking to. It's just common manners, girl.
She's like looking panically. What the fuck she's talking about? What are manners?
It's all right. I will introduce myself. Hello, my name is Harad Fishar. It's nice to meet you. I heard you had taken over the camp here and organized this, well, organization.
Of course, sure. I'm Lady Rolanal Stone of the House of Stone. I'm the new manager of this town, at least until it gets under proper management. So I still see other 4 people beneath you. Who may they be?
The name's Quattle. Pleasure. Previous
my
architect,
name's,
and pleasure to meet you. I see you've made some very interesting timber structures.
Well, yeah, just some small wooden house, but this is a start.
Yes. Can definitely see some improvements are necessary.
So you think you are up for the task? Yeah, sure, of course. We can always use some muscles to go and put some nails on wood.
I'm more of the designing kind, as opposed to the do-it-yourself. But I do, on occasion, get my hands a bit dirty.
Well then. Then maybe you can go and talk with Atska. That fellow he knows his shit. He knows how to put up some good schematics. Maybe he'll get some work for you. We'll get to you later. Come talk to me. We can do some work here.
Karlike now clocks the 2 other people in tent and is like glued to Kawoha right now.
Kawoha kind of goes and does a very, very formal, very old, not from this land, formal greeting, bowing his head, and he goes, name's Kawoha, for the time being.
I mimic his greeting. Karlike.
Of course, sure. What about ya? And she looks at Ephra, who's the most wealthy looking among you.
Well, my name's Ephraim. I've kind of happened to be here with everyone else. Yes. I have a few ideas for helping building out around here too. There was sort of I had an idea for a device that would help with building structures and various things. So
well, of course.
We'll probably be here for at least a few more days, so I'd like to have a look around.
Oh, wow, sure. Hold your horses, boy. But we can use that initiative and that good mind of yours. Of course. Go with the other slower looking one and go talk to this gnome. But that concludes introductions. Now, you, Gaba and Eric, don't be rude. Introduce yourselves to them.
While all this is
Like
going on, you're
this
introducing.
eyes at Eric.
While you've all introduced this, I've been just whispering in Eric's ear, going, "What the fuck is going on? And who are these people?" I'm just whispering in his ear, like really confused.
I nod and I said, well, at least 2 of them are beast walkers or of at least different descent, so might as well play nice and see.
Eric, something that you've never seen before. This feline mammal beast walker, she has wings.
Yep.
That's
that's
not normal.
Yeah, that's where my eyes are sort of discerning, taking Kaoliki in as much detail as possible. The wings.
She's in bloodied sleeping cow robes.
Yeah, these white and green robes.
I nod to all of them and sort of give almost a soldier's type of salute. And I say, I'm Eric. I myself am from Nuzanza. This, and I sort of gesture to my companion. This is Gaba Tutu.
I'll look at you and I go, I'm Gaba Tutulu, daughter of Graruti, ancestor of the Gruger clan. Nice to meet you all. I do a big smile.
Very nice to meet you.
I'll put my hand up probably for a handshake.
Yes.
Kaolika's head shoots up. Whoa, she's big. Okay.
Hey, mama.
I sort of approach.
Another lady.
I approach Kaoliki and try and
Kawaha intersects.
almost a Beast Walker sense of, and Kaolika's a Beast Walker as well, right?
Yeah, doggo.
Yeah. I sort of grin and I take a big whiff of his scent. Where do you hail from?
Go ahead.
Yes. Well, I guess as I'm asking this question, is there the sense of Zanza on them or no?
No, they don't smell anything like Narsandia.
Okay. Then the question still stands.
Kauha goes from around.
Could I do an insight? Obviously I know, but can I do an insight check?
Yeah, sure.
Natural 20, but it's 18.
Okay. You get the feeling that he doesn't really know how to answer that question.
Okay.
Also, I need to ask one question. It's really late for you. We are going to finish soon, or we can go something like 10 more minutes.
I'm cool.
I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah, we can finish up in 10 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I say from the answers around. I sort of peer around at Kaoliki. The same answer, I suppose, from around.
From here, I think.
Can I? Okay, what's the general? Not the vibe. Yeah, I don't want to really use this term, but yeah, vibe. Is there like a sense of assuredness of that answer, or is she still? Is that tonation saying?
She has no idea where she is.
Okay.
While this is going down, Fisher has just sat down somewhere and is just watching.
Yep.
I'll say. Okay, actually, this is interesting.
I think I will sort of go over eventually and sort of start and sort of I'll just be like, well, they're not exactly sure. They're sort of, I don't know the details exactly, but I think they've sort of been not present in some form for a while, and so things have changed since they have last been awake. I don't
Eric,
know how
how
that's
trustworthy do you think you look like?
something like that is the case.
For me, in
Oh.
terms of trustworthiness, I
On a scale of 1 to 10.
He is as typical as a Leon. You know, so basically, heart on the sleeve. You don't lie to me, I don't lie to you.
Kawoha goes, we just woke up. Who knows how long? I don't know this world. I don't know these people. I don't know you. All that I
That
know
much is true.
is that for maybe the past 300 years, as I've been told, I've been killing to survive.
I kind of tap Eric and go, "You've just spoken up."
Yes.
I nod. That mine is also going probably the same line as what Gaba is thinking. And
Did you wake up on this island by any chance?
On what? Pardon, what?
Did you wake up on this island by any chance?
Not far from here.
Maybe a day's travel.
I give Eric a look and go,
same here. I ask, does the words R division or K or the letters K mean anything to both of you?
No idea.
K13, K404.
No idea what you're talking about.
Is there?
did you wake up in ruins? Did you wake up in some ruins with some, I don't know, some dead people in a room? Kind of smelly.
Well, yes, it's either that or waking up in the middle of a forest ruled by a demon, so yes, the ruins.
I look at Eric and I go, we need to keep an eye on. I like just whisper in his ear, we need to keep an eye on these two.
His
Eric,
ear
what's your passive perception?
15.
Yeah, you see the bracelet on the same bracelet you found in the ruin on Kauliki's head.
Yeah, you also see a big iron shield similar to the ones that you found in that ruin.
I put my hand out to Kauliki. I know Kahoa is sort of blocking my way, but I say, in sort of a softer voice rather than his sterner, and I say, may I see your bracer?
I show my arm.
As I'm looking at it, it's
the same. Exactly the same.
And is there any distinguishing markings, any letterings that
Nope.
state what they are?
Nope. You just get the feeling that these have been used.
Eric, maybe we need to sit down with everyone in this group and have a nice little chat around the campfire.
I see you've seen battle. Looking at Eric and the scar.
Yeah.
Well, certainly you kids need to get some talking. I'm going to guess this has to do with the mission that we came here to do. But my mission right now is to make some contact with some of the higher-ups of the two guilds in this island. So I would appreciate it if you would leave my tent for a couple of minutes, maybe go sit somewhere else.
What about the reward
Yeah,
for
sure.
us?
Yeah, sure, kid. I've been reading it. You may choose whatever you want. I don't really care. These are all just small trinkets, really cheap. So pick whatever you want.
Before we leave, can I activate my CS eyes to study the two newcomers and the noble lady a bit further?
Sure. Let me open the image because I need to know. So, you see the dwarven lady rolling a rock. She is completely covered in the greenish earth lesser spirits. All of the quartz, crystals, and stones emits really strong concentrations of this. Gaba is the chains that she has the chain gauntlets that are covered in these reddish dark lesser spirits surrounding it. It also has. She also has. No, that's it for Gaba. And Eric, in some parts of his armor, where there are, if you pay attention to where the spirits are, you see some runes. You see a mixture of air and water spirits surrounding the runes.
But they themselves do not emit any spirits. Only some of the items they carry. All right. Fair.
Yes. Yeah. I think that. Do any of you have any magical item?
I've just messaged you something in chat.
I have my new boots.
Well, yeah.
I had. Oh,
Ooh.
there is the. I did. It's on me.
Yes.
The wrappings.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sure. You see the same spirit, the same reddish dark spirits that you see in Kauliki.
Yeah.
And it's strange on Gaba, even though she doesn't have any energy other than those gauntlets, you see some tiny spirits that seem to try to go into her body around the area of, you tell me, your chest, around the area of her chest, but it's faint, so nothing much.
Gaba? What's it?
That's where we are going to end up tonight.
Dun 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 dun.
So yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do a little retcon there. I was going to say I may change it to my eye because it makes way more sense with the different coloured eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so you see those spirits. Mostly, they seem to be the fire kind of spirits seeping into her eye. And that's where we are going to finish today. I'm going to cut the recording. So thank you to all 5 of you that will see this game. It was kind of long, but now we finally have the party together, and they will probably murder each other next game. So.
What? No, Kauliki is a
I mean,
lovely little girl. She
no.
doesn't murder no one.
Yeah, sure.
Murder is not the right word.
Well, so now that we have 6 players, we will be able to play every 2 weeks, even if one of our players has to do something on the real side of their lives. So
Who's that? I don't know her.
let's pay our respects to K404.
Subject not found.
And what? Sure.
Subject not found.
See you in 2 weeks, hopefully.